Our Zimbabwe, a land of peace for you and me, once born in pain and segregation, but now we live in harmony. Now flies the flag, our nation's glory. We live with pride inside our hearts as we all stand to build our nation. This our land, our Zimbabwe. Don't go to distant borders. My heart will yearn for this my home, for time and space may separate us, and yet she holds my heart alone. Our nation's glory, we live with pride inside our hearts as we all stand to build our nation. This our land, our the time has come for us to stand as one. The night is long, and with the morning come rays of hope that lead us on. How are you, folks, in all parts of the world? How are you? How are you in all parts of the world? My name is Marshall Command. I hope I find you very well. Welcome to the program yet again, where we talk about the different issues that affect our country. I want to greet you. I want to say hi. How are you? My name is Marshall Commander, first one. I hope I find you very well. Yes, it has been a long time. Cool. Yes, welcome. Can you tell me if you can hear me? Maximo, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Please let me know if you can hear me. Oh yes, some are already on the YouTube. Thank you very much. Oh yes, you can hear me. Max Moyo. Well done. Thank you so much. Share with your friends. Yes, this will benefit you, your brothers, your sisters, and your family. My name is Marshall Commander. Folks, how are you? Guys, this is a massive topic for you. This is a topic for you and me. Let's talk about it. This is a very important topic. Take this topic seriously and don't mess around with this topic. Share with your friends. Yes. Kolias Chiruka, how are you? Guys, today we are talking about the incidents happening in South Africa. We don't know how far true it is that our brothers and sisters in South Africa are being deported, are being treated like, I don't know. But I don't know whether Zimbabwe has become a country of notorious people compared to other African countries. Zimbabweans, apparently, I am told that they are being deported left, right, hand, center. I don't know what is happening. So today, feel free if you want me to send you a link if you want to join this topic, because as much as I know, everybody around the world, the Zimbabwean, has got a relative who is in South Africa. Everyone, including regardless whoever, he has got a relative in South Africa. So for you not to be not to take this topic seriously, then there must be a problem with you. Share this topic with your friends. Ask every Zimbabwean to come in here. We discuss about issues. Why do I do that? Because I know this topic will go further and further and further. Right. First and foremost, I have lived I have lived in the diaspora for nearly 20 years. And whatever happens to other countries, if there is an incident happening to other countries, the leaders of that particular country being involved, they get concerned. So I am kindly asking for the government of Zimbabwe to take action, further action to what is happening to Zimbabweans. Somebody has worked in South Africa for over 10 years, 15 years, or more. You cannot tell me that in those 10 years I've been contributing tax. I've been paying a little bit of a pension. Then you are telling me that you are giving me only 1 year for my permit to be renewed or to expire. Some people have moved. Some people have made a lot of movements in South Africa. My first appeal to South Africa is stop what you are doing to Zimbabweans. With immediate effect. That is my appeal. I talked to some massive politicians in South Africa. What you are doing to Zimbabweans, yes, a country has got to document everybody who is in the country. Yes, but you don't treat people like that. You let people go on Christmas knowing that you built that Mexican border, that Mexican fence, so that you deport people easy. This is bad. South Africa, this is bad. I'm talking to South Africa for the first time. I am talking about what South Africa is doing to Zimbabweans. This must stop with immediate effect. And do your things, your channels in a proper way. Don't treat Zimbabweans as if Zimbabweans has never benefited South Africa. Zimbabwe has helped South Africa since the days of the apartheid. This has never happened when Mandela and Robert Mugabe were still alive. You are taking advantage. Yes, it's your country. But what is happening, the treatment of Zimbabweans is so bad. You are building a wall. The same wall which was built by America to the Mexicans, so that you can treat Zimbabweans that way. I think this needs to be solved by SADC. Criminals are all over. South Africa has got no Zimbabweans only. There are so many African foreigners in South Africa. But Zimbabweans are being targeted. The way you are treating Zimbabweans is so bad. This needs to stop with immediate effect. Coming to my country, Zimbabwe, the country I love, the country with the president, I expect the government of Zimbabwe to take further actions towards their own citizens. What is happening to people at the border, people being abused by the security men, according to what we have been told? I appeal to the Minister of Home Affairs to go to the border and stay some few days and witness the treatment of people who are being brought from South Africa and see how they are being treated. I appeal to the Minister of Home Affairs and the President himself and the opposition leaders to take further action about what is happening in Zimbabwe. We are a rich country. Let's not talk this topic and make it a political topic. But you can come out and say, our own people are free to come back. We are going to give you so much land to start something. Let's not allow to be treated like animals, Zimbabweans, government of Zimbabwe, opposition of Zimbabwe. Forget about what is happening in political, and this is a massive topic to talk about. Zimbabweans are suffering as we speak. I am told that a few days ago, 11 people died at Limpopo trying to cross the border. This cannot happen. Mustn't be allowed. This is a serious issue to every Zimbabwean. You won't be surprised to hear that that person who drowned on that day is a relative of a certain person. If you are a Zimbabwean, I know that every Zimbabwean who is watching this topic as we speak has got somebody who is in South Africa. Are you not ashamed? Are you not bothered to see your relative being treated that way and you don't even want to voice about it? Let's swallow our pride and put a petition to South African government. What they are doing to Zimbabweans is not right. In South Africa, I got so many South African friends who treat me like their brother. And I appeal to whoever is doing this honest enough. I'm going to play some few videos and watch what is happening in South Africa. But some of the videos, you have got to be very careful because there are so many images and I kind of ask you that some of the videos might not be true. Some of the videos might be old videos. But I am talking about what is happening recently. And if you want to concentrate, if you want to come into the topic, ask for a link. I'll send you a link to come live. Use the language you want to use. Shona English, Ndebele, Tonga, Tsol, or whatever. I will answer you in your language, as I'm comfortable to speak any language, Zimbabwean language. So feel free to use the language you want to use and condemn what is happening in South Africa and ask our president to swallow his pride and stand up and say, my people, Robert Mugabe used to say, my people are welcome back home. And we are not going to allow. Let's not take this topic as a political topic. Let's take this topic to solve the issues of Zimbabwe. Anyone who wants to come in, go to my Facebook. You'll see a link of StreamYard. But do me a favor, guys. Don't put me in a hot soup by starting to insult any political leader, as I don't want to be in a hot soup. So whenever you come in, let's talk about what is happening in South Africa. What you have heard about South Africa. Let's not come in and insult and so, because my topic is not to insult. But you are free to talk what you want to talk about. So I don't want to edit. I don't want to separate. I don't want to put a words to anybody. I want people to be free. But I know that some people, they are so eager to talk so bad. You are free to talk about so bad, but let's address the issue of what is happening to our fellow brothers and sisters. We cannot condemn what is happening. I am told that 11 people drowned yesterday trying to cross. The reasons why they are crossing to South Africa, they left their children there. They left their everything there. And then you are told that you are not going back. So South Africa allowed the Zimbabweans to go. Then so that when they come back, they say, oh yes, we got you by the ropes. Go to my Facebook. There is a link on Facebook, yes, StreamYard. Just click that link and come in and join me live. We are talking about what is happening in Zimbabwe, in South Africa. I'm going to play a lot of videos, a lot of clips about what is happening. So let's continue. Go to my Facebook and check the link which I put there. And I expect Zimbabweans to come in and talk about this topic. I kindly ask Zimbabweans to come and talk about this topic. The more we talk about these things, the more they are being yes, there's one Nyasha is here already. Right. Let's bring this here. Nyasha, how are you?
I'm good, Malumunjan.
1 second, Nyasha. Can you hear me, Nyasha?
Yes, I can hear you, but uzagalela kachana.
Usungizwa ke kathesi.
Yeah.
Usungizwa kathesi.
Ngiyakuzwa malume.
Usungizwa clear kathesi.
Ngikuzwa loud and clear.
Very good, Nyasha. How are you, my very good?
Hayi, ngiyaphila mina malume, sibona izulu kuphela lokuchisa konke kuhlangene.
Very good, Nyasha. Nyasha, what have you heard about in South Africa?
What is happening in South Africa, malume, it's actually disheartening to actually see obhuti bethu labosisi bethu labomama bethu wa the other side of the border bezama ukuthi bathole ukuphila, but they are being arrested. I was talking to a friend of mine ongumalaicha. He was saying eCrascope kunzima. They've actually assembled like 3 to 4 roadblocks whereby any car, whether it's a bus, it's a private car that is coming, you are searched, you are asked to produce either a South African ID, your passport, or anything that shows that you are a South African or you are a Zimbabwean that is allowed to actually stay in South Africa.
Very good. Nyasha, I mean, I have lived in the diaspora for a long, long, long time. Okay?
Yes.
I understand that every country has got a right to say illegal people out of the country. But I think
Yes.
there's a way, and there's a way, I don't understand. I think my volume is okay, Nyasha. Nyasha is good. Are you there, Nyasha?
Yes, I can hear you, malume.
Yes, you can hear me. Okay. Ungizwa kahle kakhulu?
Ngikuzwa kahle malume.
Very good. Right. There are people who are saying, I'll put my volume a bit up. Right. There are people who are saying, what I was saying is, every country, let's use our language. What language you want to speak with which one is?
Ungakhuluma isindebele malume, even lesishona nakho konke ku right.
Okay. Asikhulume ngesindebele. Ilizwe lelizwe, every country nika it has got to document its own people. But do you think what is happening in South Africa, just to say, listen, Yash, maybe me, UK is different because I lawama paper okuhlala England until whenever I want. Okay. But let's just say to somebody who has got a permit to work here. Let me give you an example of those people who are coming to the UK now. You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, malume.
Those who are coming to the UK as nurses now. But we don't want to take this topic and put it in the UK. We are putting it in South Africa. But we are giving an example of these days, UK is taking a lot of foreigners from another country because of COVID. So they are taking nurses and other people who are in the health sector. And then they say, we are going to give you 5 years to work in the UK. Then everything recovers or anything. Then they just say, we have decided to turn and say, right, we are going to give AMA permit next year. I have invested, Nash. I have done a lot of things. I took a mortgage or I took a mortgage spoiled. I am paying for it. Then you are changing that. You are going to change it. How does that work?
Uyabona malume, with South Africa, it's a little bit hard to into yangikhona ukuthi sifake sikompele UK. With UK, they've got straight immigration policies. They are very straightforward. And they tell you if they no longer want you in their country, they simply tell you that you have to go back to your country. And they've got channels on how to do those things. It's unlike South Africa. The government of South Africa is actually failing to tell its people ukuthi Africa is for Africans. That's when you begin to see malume ukuthi Pan-Africanism does not work in Africa. In Africa, we are enemies to each other. I'm your enemy, Malume. Now you are I'm your enemy. That's how Africa is. If South Africans, they've got the power to chase another African out of Africa and say he's a foreigner in Africa, then it automatically shows that we have got issues, bilaterals or memorandum of understandings between Zimbabwe and South Africa. It's now high time that the South African government tell the Zimbabwean government, you guys are failing. You guys are doing this. It's now time to point to this is wrong. This is not right. This is right. This is wrong. Let us change. Let us have our reforms. But unfortunately, basebenzisa isicomrade ukuthi hayi uma ubani lobani sahamba la empini, so we have to remain comrades. We can't tell them the truth. Now look what is happening. I saw videos of some people bezama ukuswima kuLimpopo while they are drowning, and South Africans are laughing and watching. So it actually shows you malume ukuthi immigration systems Africa vele are a problem on its own. How can you give someone a permit that allows them to work for 5 years? Ubususithi in the next coming 5 years, they have to renew again that permit. Ayibavumeli ukuthi bebe ngama-permanent to get a permanent residence. It's only in Africa, Malume, where we have issues with immigrations, especially when it comes to visas and the AMA permit. Ungakhanyele UK, Malume. If a nurse gets to UK, we have figure a UK for them a visa a 5 years, and they give them the opportunity to actually bring their dependents or my families up to the UK. And they actually do that and bring their families to the UK. When they get there, they're given an opportunity in those 5 years. If you want to remain in the UK, you can simply apply and say, now I want to remain in UK. And then you are given papers to actually declare that now you are in a suited permanent residence in the UK. In South Africa, you cannot do that. The only way in South Africa to get a permanent residence is to marry a South African. So this issue Zimbabwean Malume is actually very funny. They are not actually chasing other nationals out of South Africa. It's only Zimbabweans that are being chased out of South Africa. Asike border eZambia kuvalelwa ama-Zambians. We have not yet ukuthi ama-Nigerians abuya by bavalelwe, but it's only Zimbabweans that are the target. It actually shows you malume ukuthi kukhona ukunuka santungwane okwenzakalayo behind the scenes. And now it's clear that our own government, they are draft ama-laws that are useless, that are South Africans and Zimbabweans bezondane between each other. Now, for you to say you are a Zimbabwean in South Africa, it's actually risky. You can be deported or you can be beaten to death. So, into xenophobia, Malum, it also goes back, stretching back to xenophobia. Immigration now, they haven't actually fixed this issue of immigration. Immigration in Zimbabwe, South Africa. We have South Africans that have married into Zimbabwe. We have never had the power in Zimbabwe. But now it now shows that the South African government, that's what is pushing for. Let's say, all right, if any South African that is in Zimbabwe, whether it's by work, whether it's by marriage, they have to go back to their own country. Because akusela tolerance, Malumi. Akusela tolerance. Zimbabweans are being chased left, right, center. If you see our videos, if you see into the border, it's actually disheartening, Malumi. To actually say, Malume, we had that had came for holiday in Zimbabwe, but some of them they've returned to home. Because of that. Of which forward Malume, even why would you risk your life to cross the border without amaphepha akwanileyo? Sometimes okunye Malume sisuka lathi sisephutheni sifika kwamanye amazwe siyawona sithi siwonile khona ngale we expect them to be lenient with us. South Africans Malume, they've been patient for Zimbabweans. They've been very, very, very patient ngama-Zimbabweans. So kathesi sokudlala lokhana Malume ukuthi zonelwa mvunye yikho sokusenzakala kathesi.
Yeah, but listen, guys. Let's be realistic here. I expect Zimbabwe government, especially after drowning of 11 people, I expect the Zimbabwe government to say, just to make a statement, to say we are following the incident happening at the border or in Limpopo or in South Africa. We are offering 10 buses to go and collect those who volunteer to come back home. Then we can see what we can. But I don't expect the government to keep quiet. Yes.
Malume ikuthi into emele lizwisise ukuthi ihulumende wethu vele uhulumende wezehluleki ezihlangeneyo malume. Yinto emele sizwisise first and foremost. They will never send a bus malume behluleka ukurepatriate abantu ngesikhathi seCovid. How can baza kukwanisa njani kathesi?
Hold on, Nyasha. Hold on. I want to read a comment here. And I'm not going to mention his name, but I will love him if he can. Probably doesn't want to be seen or anything. Anyone who wants to join this topic, like this young man on the phone right now as we speak, if you want to join in, just go to my Facebook or ask for me to send you a link to join. But if you go on Facebook, there is a link which I've just put in there, StreamYard. You will see it. It's the last post I posted. The message goes on like this. He says, Philip, don't push the Zimbabwe problem to South Africa. That's the failure of Zimbabwe government to look after its people. Main push factors of Zimbabwean citizens to South Africa is political violence, poor governance of Zimbabwe. I understand ZEP visas were given outside SA immigration laws of SA. Under this, I can't see that glasses. Discretionary law. The best person to answer this is Mr. Mabena. One niggas in number. Then I will love what you're gonna limit Mabena Abuyela. We Zimbabwe community who initiated those visas with SA Home Affairs. Right. That person who sent me that message, I won't mention his name, but if you go to the Facebook or you don't want to be seen or anything, just go there and hide it so that we want to hear, because I'm not putting Zimbabwe problem to South Africa. Get me wrong. Even if you're asking us, I said, what is happening in South Africa is wrong. And I stand by my words. Didn't I say that, Nyash?
You said that, Malume.
I say that, and I'm stand by my words, that you cannot, South Africa benefited a lot during the apartheid. A lot of South Africans ran away from South Africa to come and educate their lives in South Africa. Am I wrong or right?
You are right, Malume. In South Africa, sabasiza kakhulu. It's only that now history in South Africans they're trying to erase that relationship empini. They're saying we never helped them in any way. But well, you can never dispute history that is all over the social media, that is all over the museums. Labantu bankhona batsaphila that were there in the struggle. They keep on saying we worked with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe helped a lot of South Africans.
Thank you. Right. So, Nyacha, why is the government of Zimbabwe not talking about what is happening? Nyacha, I expect, listen, I should be the last person to talk about this. I expect the president or the spokesman for the president to say, it's wrong. I have to protect my people. I expect the government to say, we might be having problems in our country, but my people comes first. That's what I expect. The government of Zimbabwe to do.
Spokesperson.
Continue.
Spokesperson malume wezanu uvele wakhuluma wathi bona bebesiya ngaphi laba bantu.
Yeah, but
so now
where did you see that from? Where did you see that from?
He spoke on his Twitter account, Uniki Mangwan.
I will have to have a look on that. I will have a look on that. Then I will put it there. I mean, if you say that, then that's wrong. If you say that, if you're 100% that you say that Nyasha is gone off, he's going to come back. Guys, those who want to join in, I know Nyasha is in Zimbabwe. That is a problem. Anyone wants to come in, guys. I am a person who don't just come in and just talk. I talk when I see that my fellow countrymen are suffering. I am told, yesterday I was watching Gibbs Dube on Voice of America. Those are the sources which I always believe that, I don't just take anything from social media, but I have got sources that I know that they are telling the truth. And Gabe Stewart was said nearly 19,000 after Christmas have been deported. And guys, it's not a small number. It's not a small number. It is a massive number in 19,000 people to be deported. Where are these people going to be? Where are they going to be? I mean, listen, I wonder why the crime is going up in my country. Because people are being deported. Imagine. But let me not put, I don't want to put bad things about my country. I don't want. I don't want to say things with no information. But what I kindly ask is the government of Zimbabwe to take care of its own citizens who are being, treated so badly. Honest. Anyone who wants to come in, there's a link there. If you want me to send you a link, one thing I don't like is to talk on my own, especially on an issue that, that benefits your brother, my brother, your sister, my sister. So let's talk. Let's talk together. Anyone who wants to come in, let me know. Please, 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 I beg you. If you want to come and join the topic, let me know. It's so sad what is happening in Zimbabwe. It's so sad. Let me just play this video. Let me try and play this video. 1 second. Let me play this video and see if we can have it here. Just 1 second. If we can share this video. I've got a video which I want to share with you here. Let's see if we can share this video. It's so sad that we as Zimbabweans, we don't have time. We don't have time to talk about issues like this. But where am I? I cannot force people to come in and talk about something which they don't want to talk about. But it makes me feel sick that we as brothers, right? Let me look for 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There is a video I want to play for you here. Right. It's so sad. I feel so sick that my brothers, you don't bother, you don't care about your brothers and sisters. And you don't, right, there's a video I want to play for you here. Right. Okay. This one here. Okay, let's start with this one here. I'll play this video for you guys.
If you're between 40 and 65 years old and don't have life insurance, then this message is for you.
1 second.
Until the end of January 2022 is the cheapest time for you to get life insurance to protect your family.
1 second. Okay.
35-year-old Sipho Moyo entered the country illegally. His stay in South Africa has been cut short.
Yes, I was bothered jumping. But I sent the news to Zimbabwe and I'm going back and I don't have an option. I should follow what they want. I don't have anything.
Close to 200 undocumented foreign nationals had their journeys come to a grinding halt. Custom officials apprehended them at this roadblock that was set up strategically to combat illegal border jumping.
179 of them were found at the roadblock and they were turned back. Then there's another roadblock at Boaba, about 30 kilometers from Messina towards Makado. There's also a roadblock there. Anybody who might have escaped the first roadblock. Then there's another roadblock at Mansole. So we are putting a series of firewalls.
On the matter regarding the expired Zimbabwean exemption permit, Motsoaledi maintains that the South African government is not going to succumb to pressure. Members of the army continue to patrol in the area. Katlehonyoni, ABC News, Messina.
Right. 1 second. Okay. Right.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Globe on the SABC News channel. Now, the Home Affairs...
Right. Okay. That was at the border. That was at the border the other day. 1 second. I've got another one which I want to share with you as well. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it. 1 second. I just want to show you. Exactly what is happening. It's unfortunate that you brothers and sisters, you don't want to come in and talk about what incidents. Like this one was Let's see this. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. 1 second. 1 second. Let's play this one.
Now, hello to you, Viwe. All the best for the year. So, as we expected, I'm sure lots of traffic we have to deal with.
Compliments of the new season, Gareth, and of course it's already busy here in and around Bainbridge border. I'm one of the roadblocks just outside Messina, where you see a joint law enforcement efforts. You see SARS, Customs here, South African Police Service, South African National Defence Force, the traffic officials, as well as Home Affairs, and a familiar sight that you'll be met with from time to time. Since we've been here for the majority of the morning, is the Home Affairs immigration truck filled with dozens of undocumented Zimbabweans. We are told they're taken from here. We're just about 10 kilometers outside that Bainbridge border, and they are then taken back to be deported back to Zimbabwe. That's an issue, of course, that will talk to the looseness of our borders, as we were here last year seeing similar numbers. In fact, in conversations that I had with Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, the Home Affairs Minister, telling me that per day they have about 500 undocumented immigrants coming in to South Africa. And of course, thousands make it through their way through South Africa, as that issue of the fence has been one of the critical issues. Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi is here, in fact, and I want to catch up with him. We do understand he comes from quite a lengthy meeting with some of the officials on the ground here. We do understand the mayor is also here. We'll get an insight of exactly what they were talking about in that meeting as we now approach the Home Affairs Minister. Minister, thank you for joining us at ENCA. You do understand that you've been at quite a lengthy meeting. Maybe give us a feedback on what was on the discussions in that meeting.
No, the discussion was a briefing about the border operations during this festive season. I had this thorough briefing about the plan by the Border Management Authority. I'm sure you are aware that we've got a new kid on the block now, a new sheriff in town called the Border Management Authority, with the commissioner and 2 deputy commissioners. So together with South African Police Service and the Army, they were briefing me up so far about how the plans are going.
And how are the plans going? Because last year at this time when we were talking, we're speaking about 500 undocumented Zimbabweans being arrested on a daily basis here. How's the situation looking like this year, as we see a number of them already being nabbed this year?
Well, on this particular roadblock in which we are from the morning, they've already arrested 179 undocumented people and sent them back. They've sent them back. And I was asking the colonel from the army, who said at the borderline, they do return about 60 to 100 every day. The reason that we have got this roadblock here is we are building firewalls in case somebody escapes detection at the borderline and think they've escaped. Because what we have learned is that these people come by cars from Zimbabwe. Yes, the car stops all over the other side of the border. Whoever doesn't have documents will then move out of the car. The car will go in because the driver's got documents, passport, etc. Pass through the border gate, and they come and meet the person who crossed illegally to come and wait for them inside. So it doesn't happen very far from the border because they can't walk that distance. So that's why we catch them here. So that 179 will fall in that category. But we're not stopping there. We've got another firewall at the Baobab toll plaza. I suspect it's about 20 to 30 kilometers from here in Musina. Then there's another one in Mangtole, just as you are about to arrive in Hammanskraal. So all throughout, you are putting firewalls to make sure that whoever escapes is caught somewhere.
Okay, and what's the latest with the border fence itself? Because when we journeyed through the fence last year, it was quite evident that there is no border fence, Minister. You saw the holes littering the fence all over there. What's the latest in that regard, given the numbers that you are giving now that are quite alarming?
Yeah, indeed. You are aware that the story of the fence has never been resolved. Is between public works and the army. Now, what is going to be new is that that work of maintaining infrastructure here at the borders is no longer going to fall within public works. It's going to fall within the Border Management Authority itself. And the way it's going to happen is that the president is going to sign proclamations.
Right, that was happening at the Porter Post, and you know, I listened to that, and what made me feel sick
The biggest
is when
concern,
he
I guess,
says
at this issue is just the
we have
number of undocumented
also put
Zimbabweans
some
that are making
fire
their way
so
through
that if
to South Africa. It would talk to the issue of
don't stop,
basically how loose
they
the
don't
borders
stop,
are. You'd see
we
the
are
SADC
breaking.
officials from
Imagine,
time to
you know, I live in a country where a lot of people, they try to jump in coming from other countries, you know, and they, you know, they don't kill people. They don't. It's so sad. It's so sad. You know, it's so sad. It is so sad what is happening in South African side, treating Zimbabweans. But still, I'm not a South African myself. I say to my country, Zimbabwe, take further action. Take further action to your own people. Your own people, your own people. Honestly enough, 11 people drowned. Somebody posted this. Let's see. Somebody posted this. Let's see if we can get it. 1 second. I don't know how far true this was, but let me do this. Just 1 second. Let me do this. You might find the images. They won't be good for you, some of you. So please accept my apology before I post it. But let me post this. Let me post this. Just 1 second. Right, I'm posting this now. Okay. Zimbabweans, are you bothered? Are you actually bothered about this? Are you actually bothered about your brothers and sisters being deported like this? Or is just something which you don't even care about? Munorwadziwa here nekuona hama dzenyu dzishungurudzwa kudai. Ndizwa njani nxa ndibona omunye umntwana weZimbabwe ebanjwa kanje? I feel so sorry sometimes, you know. I feel like sometimes I have to say I regret to call myself a Zimbabwean. I'm sorry to say this. Because, you know, it shows that we don't care about our own people. I feel so sick when I see my fellow countrymen being treated like this. You know, the brothers and sisters who work in South Africa, you know, some of them, they've done wonders in South Africa. Some of them have done wonders in South Africa, in that country called South Africa. I go to that country, South Africa, for almost probably 3-4 times a year, if things are okay. These people, they don't deserve this. Yes, we have some people who are so, you know, criminals and whatever. Yes, we find that. But let's not put everyone on that umbrella. My president, or Nick Mangwana, or whoever is going to watch this video, I appeal to you as a son of Zimbabwe, son of the soil, that please, itayihanya muite something about Zimbabweans. Go to the border, mongo spend 2-3 days more on the say. Yesterday I got a message from somebody and he told me with him, can you do something because we know that you help us, you help a lot of Zimbabweans. Can you help us? Tiri kurogwa nemasoja paborder. But Philip, sicela usincede ufake ilizwi nxa abantu bebuya besuka bedeport bayachaywa ngamasoja bethathelwa ama-bribes, imali zabo ababuyelazo bayazithathelwa. My fellow countrymen, I don't like that food called politics. I don't like that food called politics. I don't like it at all. I just love to stand for my fellow countrymen in Zimbabwe. What is happening to our brothers and sisters is not right. I appeal to the government of Zimbabwe to take further action as soon as possible. It is true that yesterday, Wagafa Omari Mozuro, Wagafa Banu 11. Come on, guys. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done as soon as possible. Let me try and get another. I saw Gibbs Dube yesterday doing something. Let me try and get him. Voice of America. Let's see if I can get his news. Let's see if we can get that. It's so painful. Right. Let's see this one. Okay, I've got this one here. I'm going to play this one for you. I'm going to play this one for you. Okay. I'll play this for you.
Tonight the program will look at some of the evidence border with South Africa in January last year after huge spate of criminal activities and smuggling turned right. Zimbabwe has lost millions in revenue.
Just 1 second.
Border law enforcement authorities say that between December the 10th and December the 31st last year, 13,387 people were arrested for border jumping and smuggling related cases. Over 80,000 people were arrested for various offences between January and December last year under the same operation. Zimbabwe and South Africa have tightened security measures along the Limpopo border. South African Home Affairs Department set up roadblocks to net in hundreds of undocumented Zimbabweans flocking into the country. The roadblocks are manned by the Home Affairs Department, the South African Revenue Service, Customs, Police, and Defence Forces. Reports suggest that over 600 immigrants were arrested in the past 2 days.
On our sister program Morning Live, after looking
back, you're still watching the Globe. Now, just before the break, we were talking to a former finance minister and current vice president of the NDC Alliance, Tendai Biti, about the situation along the Bridge border post, where we're seeing a number of arrests by about 6 authorities in South Africa and Zimbabwe. Mr. Biti, just before the break, we were talking about people moving goods between the two countries, and as long as I can remember, people would cross the border either to buy food and provisions, but also to buy goods to resell in the country, and authorities are concerned that duties are being lost in their millions.
You know, the average Zimbabwean is provided by law a tax-free rebate of US $300, which is around 5,000 rand, assuming the rate is around 1:50. So these are poor working people trying to make a living, and I don't think that the government on either side of the border should be concerned with that. But there is huge smuggling. You know, I reckon that around $5 billion worth of goods pass through border posts, but the government of Zimbabwe doesn't collect anywhere near duties equivalent to $5 billion US. So it's the big boys, the cartels controlled by ZANU-PF, who are importing fuel into Zimbabwe, who are importing massive machinery to mine their gold and so forth. So the sins of the elite should not be visited on small working families that are trying to eke out a living. And if you go to any border on the African continent, whether it's Nyamapanda, whether it's Churundu, working people will cross to buy clothes, to buy small goods, shoes, to look after their families. And we shouldn't criminalize these innocent people who are traveling in order to look after their families because of the crisis in their own countries. So you won't see South Africans crossing the border. You will see citizens moving from poorer countries, mismanaged countries, failed states like Zimbabwe, going into the more affluent countries. And as I said before, the crisis and the solution becomes political, not criminalization of working families trying to eke out a living. But there are cartels, and those cartels, yes, measures should be taken. But cartels, I want to give you an example. Cigarettes are being exported into South Africa. Every year, $1 billion US worth of cigarettes are being exported into South Africa by elite cigarette cronies linked to the ruling party. Those people don't get arrested. Those people, you will not see them at vague reporter posts. You will see poor drivers driving trucks for these rich elites. So there's a massive illicit financial flows at the border post, at vague border posts, fueled by ZANU-PF elites, not the ordinary women selling dukes and doyos that they are arresting. So leave, the working people who are trying to take a living alone and go for the big fish who happen to be the who is who of ZANU-PF.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're saying is by value, the bulk of the smuggling is being done by people that are either in authority or connected to people in authority. And because of the corruption that is existing at the borders, these goods are just flowing into the country duty-free and are making millions for an elite few.
Correct. Take gold. I mentioned the cigarettes. Take gold. As much as 70% of the gold now being processed at the Rand refinery in South Africa is actually Zimbabwean gold. But who controls gold in Zimbabwe? It's the ZANU-PF elite. I know one family, a very top family in Zimbabwe, that almost owns every penny of gold in the Midlands. So stop punishing my Ezra and Mrs. Dube, who are trying to earn an innocent living by crossing the border to look after their children in a country where there's 95% unemployment. Punish the big boys, but punishing the big boys means hitting ZANU-PF, and you can't hit ZANU-PF. And so there's hypocrisy, which the South African authorities know. There's heavy-handedness, and I pray that President Ramaphosa, the Minister of Home Affairs in South Africa, can give our people in Mauritania, allow them to regularize their position so that they can earn a living for their families, but resolve the political crisis, because that is the matter of the crisis in Zimbabwe, which has now spilled into the region, and there is a destabilizing influence across the length and breadth of the region.
You keep talking about solving the political situation in the country. What can South Africa, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Namibia do to help Zimbabwe, especially when every 5 years, whatever, there are elections and it seems as if people are voting for the ruling party every time?
But I don't think anyone, votes for ZANU-PF. I think, Peter, let's not reinvent the wheel.
In 2007, on the 29th of March 2007, an extraordinary summit of the heads of state and government of SADC took place in Dar es Salaam and mandated President Bek and South Africa to find a political solution in Zimbabwe anchored around dialogue. The time for that is now. Zimbabwe is reeling under the weight of a government that has no legitimacy, of a president that did not win the 2018 presidential election. So let's find a political solution, but let's learn from the errors and mistakes, the omissions and commissions of the government of national unity, so that this time we have an irreversible process that anchors Zimbabwe on an irreversible process of recovery and sustainability. For 4 decades, Zimbabweans have suffered, Zimbabweans have been humiliated, Zimbabweans have been embarrassed. It's now time to rethink Zimbabwe, press the reset button, and find a permanent solution to the Zimbabwean crisis.
Mr. Viti, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very, very much indeed for joining us. Thanks for your time.
Yes, that was Tendai Biti talking some few days ago. After 13,000 people were deported from South African side just in December. And honest enough, guys, it's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. Andres, how are you, my boy? Thank you so much. I feel like crying when I see this. Honest, I feel like crying when I see something like this. It's so sad. It kills me. Honest. When I see a woman like this saying, "Oh, you know what? In the deporteo," it's, I don't know what in honest enough, is honestly speaking, government here in Zimbabwe try by all means to help your own people. Try to help your own people.
Regarding the permits, employment permits, that situation leading up to
just 1 second.
And where we find ourselves now, where there seems to be a backlash. There's a group calling themselves the Santon branch of ZANU-PF.
By the Home Affairs Department, the South African Revenue Service, Customs, Police, and Defence Forces. Reports suggest that over 600 immigrants were arrested in the past 2 days alone. Well, former Zimbabwe Finance Minister and movement the Alliance for...
Our NSC Sebata, how are you guys? Just 1 second, guys. I just want to look for the other news which I saw about the deportations of Zimbabweans in South Africa. It's so sad that, you know, I mean, we are not concerned about our brothers and sisters. But one day, wait until it hits you. Just wait until it hits you. Then that's where you realize, you know, the importance of, you know, I expect my fellow friends, brothers and sisters, I expect all of us to be concerned about this. Let me check. I've got Voice of America. There you are. 1 second. Let me look for something else as well. Probably we might find more news about it. Okay. It's so sad, Michael Sidija. It is sad. It is sad. It is. Just 1 second. If we can find more. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Okay.
ZANU-PF must accept their full responsibility of mismanaging our economy. ZANU-PF must accept full responsibility.
The flow of people in and out of South Africa, now the borders in South Africa, have for a while been criticized. For example, this time last year, we were having a conversation about the November border post, where people were stuck for days with COVID-19 regulations and other requirements kicked in. Some said they were stuck there with no ablution facilities, others without food or money. So how's the situation been any better this year? Also, of course, they're talking about hundreds of Zimbabweans who've been arrested trying to enter South Africa.
When somebody is asking me, Ulele Lapana, Ulele Alfred, which government? I am talking about the government of Zimbabwe.
Welcome to News
They
of Crime.
should do something to negotiate
at
this.
all borders in and out of South Africa free-flowing tonight?
Good evening, Tembekile. Compliments to you, compliments to the viewers and listeners out there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yes, I'm saying compliments to you.
And I say Happy New Year to you, Minister.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, traffic is flowing very well. There are no problems. In fact, I heard in your introduction talking about people being stuck at the border because of lack of service for COVID tests. If you go to Mosina today, you will find lots and lots of tents from the private sector where people have pitched up the tents to offer the service. But when I was there yesterday, it was very slow. Most of the time they were empty because there were very few people. Because the people who were coming through were coming illegally and they were being caught at the borderline and in the roadblocks.
And I was referencing the situation at the LIMPOPO border post last year because that is what grabbed attention. And one of the remedies which you then implemented at LIMPOPO was, for example, over this festive season, a 24-hour traveling period where you operated for 24 hours to allow especially freight vehicles to get through. How much has that helped you?
No. LIMPOPO has always been operating for 24 hours, by the way. What we have done this year was to increase the hours of operation for most of the border posts which are the busiest, like Oshhoek, for instance, which is not operating for 24 hours. But Bait Bridge, for instance, has always been operating for 24 hours. What you saw in LIMPOPO last year was poor planning on the side of Port Health, where they didn't have enough people or enough facilities to check for COVID-19. And the problem was also caused by the dirty toilets and lack of ablution facilities after Public Works forgot, or whatever they call it, to renew the contract of the person who was a service provider, because they are responsible for ablution facilities, for provision of water, for infrastructure, for cleaning. Now, all those things have been resolved this year, and that's why there were no problems.
So it's your word then tonight that all of our borders are fully COVID-19 compliant?
Yes. Up to so far, we haven't had a problem. I have sent the DG to Maseru border post. He reported to me during the day that everything is running well, because we have targeted the biggest border post where there are problems. But up to so far, no problems was reported to me.
Talk about the poorest borders. There's been some reporting in the last 2 weeks or so about people being arrested crossing into South Africa illegally, especially in Zimbabwe. That has been a key point of contention because there was that fence that was set up there, the fence that we later learned was not fit for purpose. How porous is that borderline between South Africa and Zimbabwe today?
Well, Tembekile, we have always accepted that the borders are porous. And I was there personally yesterday and today in Mosina at the border post. What you are saying, I saw it with my own eyes, where people are crossing and how they do it. When they were being arrested, I was there. When they were being arrested at the roadblocks, I was there. I manned one of the roadblocks. When they were being arrested at the borderline, I was there. I saw where they crossed. So we have accepted, we have never denied the fact that, yes, the border is porous. But we have been putting up the Border Management Authority. And this time, because there is only a commissioner and 2 deputies, they were still working with the army, the immigration officers, and South African Police Service. Early this year, we are going to make sure that we send in border guards. We are in discussion with the army to give us army reservists to become the first group of border guards to man our border, so that the army can do what armies are for, to guard the country and not to be chasing around people who are crossing illegally. So there will be border guards there. We are still printing their uniforms, We've got the logo being organized with the Department of Trade and Industry. We've already bought some Land Rovers. We're already using 3 of these Land Rovers today, but nobody can see that they belong to the Border Management Authority because they are not yet branded. They are going to be branded. You are going to see lots of them. They will be using helicopters. They will also use drones. So there will be all sorts of things to be used. Then experts will decide for us. They will tell us and advise us whether we need to rebuild a fence or do something else.
But all those efforts are likely to be greatly undermined as long as you've got officials within your department who are stationed at these borders who themselves facilitate illegal crossings into the country for financial benefit, no?
Well, yes, there are those people who are doing so, but we are doing our best to arrest them. As you saw in November, how we arrested 1 police officer and 6 Home Affairs officials and 1 Mozambican hawker at the Lebombo border post. It was part of that operation. But the other thing we are doing, like yesterday and today when I was at Mosina, we make sure that some of the officers we get are not from that area. They are from Gauteng, and they were there with us. And so if you are corrupt, you will be scared because you won't know who's working with you. And that is going to be the order of the day. We'll mix people, change their position so that those who are corrupt become uncertain as to who is around them. And that is one of the measures.
Minister, pardon me, how many overall officials have been arrested for doing that? Because if there's only an example of 1 or 2, it's not going to stop.
Oh gosh, I didn't bring the figure here. When we arrested the 6 people, I was just giving them as an example. I actually issued statistics of several people who were charged, dismissed, and are serving sentences for various offenses in terms of bribery.
Right, a lot of people are asking questions here, Ernest. I want to mention the Senate. A lot of people asking questions here are saying, when can the government of Zimbabwe, start helping these people? Right, the government of Zimbabwe can come out and send the Minister of Home Affairs to South Africa, the Minister or the embassy, the ambassador, Zimbabwean ambassador to South Africa, to negotiate a way of taking its own citizens. Somebody has worked in South Africa for more than 15 years, contributing tax in a country. Somebody has settled in South Africa for quite a long time, thinking that, you know what, they always give me 5 years. So what are the chances of them just giving me 1 year? Somebody has paid a pension in South Africa. Then all of a sudden you're telling me that in 2022, we won't be giving you renewals, or we are going to see how we are going to. That is a dangerous thing. Somebody has contributed a lot of money paying pension in a country. So you cannot tell me, I have worked in the UK. I have worked in the UK for nearly 18 years. Then you tell me that, okay, you worked for 18 years, but I think it's now the right time for you to go back to your country. It's the right time for me to go to my country. Says who? Because when you gave me that permission, right? That permission, I was contributing. You cannot just tell me because you want to take advantage of my contributions. I have got to have a process of getting my contributions. I cannot just leave my things. Honest enough. So the government has got to negotiate this. 11 people died yesterday, drowning. A government must voice and say, this is not right. A government must say, this is not right. We have got a new government. Hope. We have got a new government which we expect to say, right, what was happening in the past bygones by the bygones, whatever they use that term, which I don't even know what it is. When you are the president of the country, you are not the president of a certain area. You are the president of the country. When you are the mayor of the city, you are not the mayor. When you are the mayor of Bulawayo, you are not the mayor of Makwekwe only. What I'm trying to say is, there are some people who says we don't care. We don't care. But I know that the president of Zimbabwe cannot allow this. Probably is not the right person to talk, but his spokesman must come out and say and defend Zimbabweans. Send buses to South Africa to go and collect their own citizens and say, right, we have got 26 coaches coming to South Africa. Those who want to come back home, we are going to try and help you to start. Remember here, we have got some people who have been doing farming in South Africa. Remember here, we have got professionals who are nurses, who are doctors, who are teachers in this country. Okay. So the government can come out and say, right guys, can you list your profession so that we can help you to come back home? We are not going to allow our own people to suffer. We have got the resources of giving 100 people 100 hectares of a farm to go and start something. List your names, list your professions so that we can see how we can help you. It's a national disaster to hear that 11 people died trying to cross. It is. It mustn't be a government of men, one man for himself. I know that it is not thinking that way, but there are some people who are actually, I know that the president cannot know everything, but it must go to his ears. If you don't feel sorry for what is happening in South Africa towards your brothers and sisters, then shame yourself. Shame yourself. Look at the mirror and say no. If you don't feel sorry, every Zimbabwean I know has got a relatives who lives in South Africa. I have got over 100 relatives in South Africa. Hundreds of relatives in South Africa. What are the chances? You cannot tell me that, 19,000 deported in a day, 13,000 deported in a day. So many thousands will be deported in a day. Then you expect that I mustn't be concerned about my brothers. If my brothers are deported in South Africa, who is going to take care of them? South Africa is saying enough is enough. I think I've got a message from Jabulo. 1 second. It's so sad and pathetic and disgrace. 1 second. All right, what's your contact number? Okay, let me give you the number. Just give me 1 second. Let me give you the number. 1 second. 1 second. Guys, I don't want to talk on my own. Make this thing easier for me. If you want to come in, make this program easier for me. Not me talking on my own. It's not nice. Because I might assume some of the things. Let's discuss this thing as a Zimbabwean. As Zimbabweans. Not me talking on my own. Right, let me see if I can give you the number here. 1 second. 1 second. Let me go to the banners and put the number on the screen for those who want to come in. You can use that number as a let me put the numbers here. I should have the numbers here. Give me 1 second. Right. 1 second. I'll give you the number in a minute. There is a number here. There is a number here. I put the number on the screen there. I put the number for you on the screen, but give it a few minutes because I'm turning it on the number now. It's so sad that, you know, I mean, people always say, hey, Philip, let's talk about issues. Let's talk about issues. But people don't want to contribute. I don't know what sort of a country it is that people, they are afraid to talk about what is happening, bad things. It's so sad. I feel so. Sometimes I ndinonyara in Zimbabwe because you don't feel sorry for other people. You don't even feel that shame for other people, for your fellow countrymen. We are a nation of hate, a nation of who doesn't love each other, a country which doesn't love each other. I don't know. 19,000 people deported in a day. You don't even feel sorry for them. It's just a disgrace sometimes. But if we broadcast bandas na kufika panapa pana mining ngiri panapa munona kilomozara thousands, you can't even talk about your fellow countrymen. Then you tell me that you love your country. It's pathetic, man. It's a disgrace. Honest enough speaking, it is a disgrace sometimes. I don't care. I'd rather have one person that would do whatever. Honest enough, you rather, honestly, you are free to remove me from playing this because I don't like honest enough. Some of my friends here are MPs. I have got over 60 friends who are MPs, different parties. Not even one who comes in and talk. Somebody says the program became when Simba started confronting South African government instead of when was this? I don't know. Delio Coombs. I don't know. Honest. I feel so sick, you know, as a Zimbabwean, you know, when I talk about issues, people, they don't even try and, you know, I am struggling to bring even people who are actually underground, they don't even want to come and talk about what is happening. It's so sad that it's disgrace. Let me try and play this audio here. You can call now, Jabul. Let me play this audio here. Right. Share from there. Honest enough. Let me see if I can play this. Let me see if I can play this. Looks like it's not playing. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not playing, but it's okay. It's okay, it's not playing. Okay. It's so sad. Njabule, you can call. For those who want to call me or those who want to come in and talk about what they think in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, you are free to join in. The link is there. If you want me to send you a link, I can send you a link to come and join. You are free to join. The link is there. Let's see if we can paste the link there. StreamYard. Okay, there is the link there. I posted the link there. It's on my Facebook as well. If you want to talk about what is happening. My point was an appeal. I was appealing to the president or, you know, the government of Zimbabwe to do something, I mean, especially to what is happening to all there's someone there. Mazinyan, hey, you call it a long time, man. What is it?
Kunjani mfowethu?
Uthi ngolide.
Ngiyaphila kakhulu mfowethu, nyakomusha.
One second, Golide, Malam Ticha Gulete Galela. 1 second. 1 second, Golide. Right, Kuluma Golide, Nyagomuch.
Nyakomusha mfowethu, hey man. Hayi ngikhona nami ngibhizinyana but indaba oyikhulumayo mina ngicabanga ukuthi into lezi zihlupha mina ngedwa. Hey kanti sibanengi madoda.
No, Golide, there are some people who are not, who are abagqokiswa isigqoko semvu. Uyayizwa Golide?
Ngulalele mfowethu.
Kulabanye amaZimbabwean agqokiswa isigqoko semvu apretenda to love their country. You understand, Golide?
Yeah, nyakuzwa. Yeah.
Don't take this so offensive, because let me be honest with you, Golide. Me and you will live here in the UK.
Yeah.
If kungathiwa khona kulamaZimbabwean angu-10 ayenze i-accident afa kumbe ayenzwa anything, don't you feel worried about it?
Vele kungekela njani yonke into embi eyenzakala ngoZimbabwean mina nizwisa ubuhlungu. Yonke into embi eyenzakala ngomuntu wasekhaya mina nizwisa ubuhlungu. Mina yazi vele angikwazi. Uyakwazi ukuthi ngitshele mfowethu mina I think mina sokuyisikhathi sokuthi manje lathi amaZimbabweans si-treat abantu ngendlela labo abasitreata ngakhona.
Thank you.
Because uyakwazi ukuthi ngitshele ubukela ama-South African celebrities ama-celeb abo la mabebuya phetsheya. Ucheck ukuthi ngobani aba-attenda ama-shows abo. Akula ama-South Africans lapha abroad la bayabalwa. Mabebuya lapha thina ithi si-attenda ama-shows abo abantu laba, we support them in a way yokuthi mina yazi vele into le ngizwisa ubuhlungu kakhulu. Impuphu ngutshele ndoda mina ngiyithenga online. Iwisi impuphu engidla. Impuphu ye-South Africa impuphu engidla la. Akula company yeZimbabwe e-export impuphu. And thina ithi sibooster into zabo zonke ukuthi zihambe. Ungananzelela yithi esizibambileyo. Mina ngicabanga ukuthi sokuyisikhathi sokuthi siqala ukuthi sizinuka amakwapa ngokusupport iSouth Africa, because we have been supporting South Africa a lot, but bona basitreat in a different way. Angikho happy mina, angikho happy. Ungacheka manje mina bengisakha indlu engayakha into yonke yaba import from South Africa. So kuyisikhathi sokuthi amaZimbabwe sizinuka amakwapa asebenzise nokwethu. Even igrocery akuthengwe ekhaya.
Sorry for that. I can see your anger, Golide.
No, into le ibuhlungu kutshele isikhathi esiside abantu laba besitreata kabi. Thina mina umusic emotweni yami khona. Yes, umusic lo. Maskanda lo. Mina angiyazisola ukuthi vele why kathi izinto ze-South Africa why zasingena egazini sizisupporta in and out. Bona besilabhula besifuqela le. Why? Senzeni njani?
You know, you mentioned indaba yewisa impuphu. In the UK, lapho esithenga khona impuphu yiwisa.
Yikho ngutshoyo.
Into zonke sizithengayo South African. But
bona, how do they pay us back? Bona.
No, Golide.
No one ngutshele akekho umuntu weZimbabwe othi mayevakatsha afike aqonde eZimbabwe yesikoko. Afike aqonde eZimbabwe engadlulanga eSouth Africa. Khona siyahamba so siyekhaya ngabo June July with your family. You spend 3 days kuma hotels eSouth Africa. Who are you supporting? Khona. Akula nto besenzela yona break ngaphandle kokuthi besenze njalo. Basitreata njani besitreata kanje? This must stop.
I feel so sorry. I see your anger, Golide. So what's your advice? I can see you busy, but what's your advice to the government of Zimbabwe towards its own citizens? South Africa.
Mina there is one thing in which mfowethu mfana kaSibanda. Mina there is one thing engicabanga. Asizameni ukuthi lathi sibooste nini okungokwethu. Asizame nini ukuthi sibooste nini okungokwethu beside ukuthi hey government kumbe kwatsha kwacima. Lathi yazi abantu abangaphandle kwelizwe eZimbabwe we are too much. Sibaningi kakhulu. Singenza something nyana engenza ukuthi konkona abanye noma kungayisiwe wonke umuntu weZimbabwe abanye basebenze ekhaya. Asizame nini? Hayi no. Yazi ama-neighboring countries asitreata ngendlela embi kakhulu.
Can you imagine a Zimbabwean now ebiselwa eGoli ebiselwa ekhaya eZimbabwean?
Phela yawazi ukuthi into ebuhlungu kwini.
Yeah.
Ama-video la baningi abantu ababonile but abantu bathule kuphela because akula nto ongayenza.
It's so sad, Golide. It's so sad.
Maningi kakhulu ucabanga ukuthi umuntu omdala mayeza adliwa zingwenya. Ifamily ke ebheki. Abantwana bathu baba waya ngaphi kumbe umama waya ngaphi? Waya ngaphi umuntu? Waya ngaphi ngomakhelwane? Ziningi izinto ezingenziwa ukuthi into leyi ibe ngcono. Ngiyafika endlini manje ndoda, ngiyafika endlini manje. Ungakhadi.
Umntwana.
So mina ngingedwa, mina mbona ngathi South Africa sesibancenge kakhulu.
So what's your last word to Zimbabweans? What's your last word to every Zimbabwean?
Asike sizameni ukuthi noma kuyizinto kwethu kungahambi, noma kukubo kwethu, sizama ukusebenzisa kwethu, sike sixolelane lento ze South Africa. Abasithandi. Abasiboni njengabantu, abasiboni njengabantu, basibona njengezinja.
I'm so sorry, Golide. You know, I've never seen you so upset in your life.
No, vele ngeke umuze South African okhuluma kahle ngeZimbabwe, akekho ngitsho lo yi1. Manje benibona kule ulo big kuthiwa Big Zulu. Ubele show eZimbabwe eBulawayo.
Yeah, so you may have a motor lapana abantu you have a kuphikanda phezulu.
Yes, ngitshela ukuthi bona bamemukele njani. Bona ekhaya bamemukele njani. Ishow yakhe ibinjani.
But I see all South African who are like that though.
But that doesn't matter because the majority treat us in a bad way. Lathi kumele si retaliate. That doesn't matter because tina ngutshele mina as an individual very into le vela ngithanda into la kancane. Sina abanye ngutshele yawazi mina ngutshele ukhulu wami wamigrate 1947 waye South Africa. Wafika waqala ifamily entsha. Ngile family mina South Africa. But mina engusebenza ukuthi konkona ngoba mina nje family South Africa so kuyamele bona bengitreat kabi mina mbatreat kahle. Ukuthi why mina ngumZimbabwean, why mina ngivela ngale kweborder.
You know, can you tell those people who are in Africa before those who are in Africa, what sort of treatment do you get in Ireland?
Yazi mfana ngasibanda sengutshela iqiniso ni.
Yeah.
Ukuthi kuphela uyabungakwazi ukuthi unganceda njani lokuthi ngeke usutshela abantu ukuthi buyani ngapha lapha esikhona kumbe kwatsha kwacima but mina lapha ngihlezi.
Thank you. What I'm trying to say, yes, continue.
Eminyakeni yona leyo sengihlalile la ngiyazama ngutshela iqiniso ngiyazama ukuthi ngithi ebantwaneni bami but likhumbule ukuthi impande zenu zibuyaphi but ambaboni laba abantwana bebuyela eAfrica because eAfrica i-treatment yakhona la ngendlela esizama ukuphila ngayo ukuthi ngona maybe izinto zingantshintsha vele yazi nathina silahlekelwe abanye abantu ngeke baku-understand koko kuyinto engukhulumayo ukuthi mina nginje ameZimbabwe I invested a lot in Zimbabwe but abantu abami izinto leziyana ngeke bahambe bayezithatha ngeke badlande ngeke babuyele kopha. So at the end of the day abantu abaningi abaku-diaspora uzasebenza u-accumulate whatever you're accumulating ube lezinto uinveste wenzeni but asoze ziba benefit abantu abakho because they won't go there.
They won't go there. They now abantwana be-Europe. Yeah. This is Umazinyane Golide. Guys, anyone who wants to come in lapana, yeah, Kuluma Jahel Dala. Yes, Kuluma lapana Mazinyane.
Ye ngithi mina ungakhangela ukuthi mangaki amaZimbabweans alama properties eSouth Africa endaweni zabo abazitshela ukuthi alapha kuhlala abantu abarich, mangaki amaZimbabweans a-investe eSouth Africa kuma properties. Abantu laba bengasichithi kanje ngutshele singavumini.
Golide kule comment yakho laphana akubone ku screen. Ithi first Golide, you must blame your own government who made you live. I mean, maybe one is pendula because abanye ba answer that.
No, uya understand ukuthi i-government singayiblame laphana laphana ne. Asithi mina asithi ngumntaka makhelwane lapha next door.
Yeah.
Abazali bakhe kabala ndaba labantwana. Should I punish abantwana for the izinto ezenziwa ngabazali?
No.
Why manje undoda lo ethi mina first of all kumele ngiblame i-government yami ukuthi kwenzakalani? Why kumele etsho njalo? Why? South Africa is our neighbor countries. Our South Africa is second home to Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans, they have got the whole into yonke. South Africa okwenzakala eZimbabwe la ikukhangele plus iSouthern Africa labo bakukhangele ukuthi konkole manje abantu beZimbabwe kabafe bemi one ndawo because abantu they are just akula muntu ocrossa ngokuthanda. And yawazi ukuthi sonke sila we love Zimbabwe than where we are. Mbano kwaziyo khonoko. Sonke sikhona lapha mbanothi yena uthanda i-UK ukudlula iZimbabwe mbani otsho njalo ephansi isandla ethi mina ngithanda i-UK ukudlula iZimbabwe.
No, mina angeke ngitsho njalo. I love my Zimbabwe.
So into yakhona you are forced yisimo uyabusithi uphuma ukuthi wenze lapho khona kube ngcono. Sonke sabuya khona lapha sizozama ukuthi I want to build this, I want to do this back at home. So liyane udlwazi ingwenya asonto encane mina izolo mina le lokuzeni yami ku TikTok kade sikhuluma ngayo besibanengi kakhulu besikhuluma ngayo izolo ntambama ukuthi what's the second option kwenziwe njani kuthiweni what's the way forward as amaZimbabweans.
What's the way forward? I mean, you can tell me.
Ngicitshelwe mina lami ngoba mina ngomunye wabantu abalabantu abaphile egoli mina imali even esikhathini esiningi ukuthi imali is before iyefika eZimbabwe yami esikhathini esiningi idlule eSouth Africa abantu abase-South Africa bethathe bethenga izinto behambisa izinto leziyana ekhaya so ngingomunye ophila eSouth Africa even ngila so yeah vele ngiyacabanga ukuthi kodwa Nkosi yami ama products eZimbabwe emashop wona because mina bemele ngekhaya mina sengina 3 years ngahamba ekhaya khona ngizohamba ngoJune so mina okokuqala mangifika lapha ngiza fly straight to Zimbabwe ngifufika ngizingenele emashop ngibona ukuthi kuyathengeka yini ngizama ukuavoid ukuthi yona igrocery yona vele ngingavele ngike ngithinte eSouth Africa ngake ngithinte lutho lwapho.
But is that possible because there is nothing in Zimbabwe in the shops, in the shelves?
Na vele angikwazi. Uyawazi ukuthi hapha ukuthi izinto zethu sizithathe kubo Zambia. Let's try nini something else madoda than ukuthi ibhoda liyani ihlala ibhizi abantu bayambuluza lapha. Abantu bayambuluza thina siyancenga. Bayambuluza kunini bembuluza. Because ngingakutshela imanga uyabona each and every company eSouth Africa eSouth Africa ile about maybe 15% to 30% i-benefit yokuthi Zimbabwe is down kuma sales zabo.
But can I ask you a question, Kolide?
Hey.
If Zimbabwe had to turn around like the Zimbabwe we grew up with, turn around and every Zimbabwean who works in South Africa and say, tell what, I'm going home. Is South Africa going to survive?
Uyabona in the meantime mfowethu angeke sibe kwazi ukuthi bona baba emeni or they will survive because mina ngihlale South Africa mina yazi udlula iZimbabwe ama-industry amaningi ama-restaurant ema-kitchen
That's what I'm talking about.
Angaba le problem because
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but antabona ukuthi ukuze lokhu kubonakale kufunakala ukuthi kuke kwenzakala. But thina singakukhona yini ukukwenza konke ukuthi siphume? Angeke kwenze because thina abantu bethu we know ukuthi isimo sinjani. Isimo sinjani ngoba manje ngikutshela kunje abantu ade behamba ekhaya abaningi behamba lempuphu behamba labo chukele ukuthi kuyedliwa. By end of March, ama-groceries lana abephele kuyabe sokumele kuthengwe futhi okunye okutsha. So umuntu ukuthi ethi kongona ngeke ngithathe ibreak eSouth Africa ngike ngiyehlala ekhaya kudliweni because most of us abasebenzayo, especially those who are working in South Africa, the most important thing abayenzayo is to provide with food.
Okay, Golide, my last question to you. Somebody is sending you my messages upon Golide, if you can't confront your own government and you have the guts to confront South Africa, is their fauna status? They made their own policy. You can't question that, Golide. The only reason why you are buying in South Africa is because when I get I pick the foot in Jalo, Golide. Now you are talking of buying in Zambia, and you can't blame Zimbabwe for all that. In Zimbabwe, there are no sanctions. It's a government which is corrupt and looting, not thinking of their own people. But before you answer that, Golide, today I have got, Golide, I will say this in English. Today I have got Golide in the studio and the president of Zimbabwe and the president of South Africa, Emerson Mnangagwa and Ramaphosa. What do you want to tell these two African leaders, these two neighboring leaders?
Uyawazi ukuthi othi ngiqale mphendule lo othi mina I should blame Zimbabwe. It's not that uthi mina ngithi kongona the situation in Zimbabwe is fine or mina I'm blaming my government. I don't blame my government. If I'm blaming the government of Zimbabwe, I blame everyone who is a Zimbabwean. Because guys, to be honest, mina kwelami side ngihlala ngibuza abantu bayatsho bethi konkona igovernment yeZimbabwe yes is corrupt, but ngibe sengikhangela la engikhona mina ukuthi impilo yangikhona injani, baphila njani. Ngibe sembuza ukuthi ngikubuze wena eze Zimbabwean bangaki amaZimbabweans ababhadala i-tax? Ngiyabuza phela because thina la esiphila khona indawo le ayilalutho kodwa bathatha i-tax baphinde bayibisele ebantwini. So eZimbabwe thina eziZimbabweans bangaki ababhadala i-tax eZimbabwe?
That is a very good question.
Njalo ubabuze amaZimbabweans ukuthi konkona among Zimbabweans bangaki abacontributayo ku-community. I-community yeZimbabwe or yeZimbabwe mina la engikhona kulesikolo lapha nembiya kuthatha khona umntanami ose-primary. Lwade mthatha laphana ngose-secondary. Ose-primary ke mbiya mthatha khona isikolo sakhona yi-community school funded by the government. So mangaki ama-community schools osowabona ekhaya esakhiwa kuthiwa le it's a community school sizacela ama-teacher from the government mangaki? Ubusungitshela khona.
I've never heard of that.
So let's stop it ukuthi sithi yonke into government. Let's stop it. Asisukume nini thina and act. Akwakhiwe izikolo lapha mina ama-builders maningi ekhaya bekompanya bayabe ngama-builders abantu ekhaya. Izikolo nje akithi enkayi 15 kilometers umntwana ehamba isikolo ole 5 years. But masingathi thina sesi-approach i-government yeZimbabwe sithi isikolo sesisimisile lapha nasicela ama-teacher. Do you think i-government ingathi hayi no thina we cannot provide you with teachers?
No, yes, no.
So why every time community as well kumele ibe active? So mina when it comes to this situation in Zimbabwe, I blame every Zimbabwean. We are all wrong.
We are the same.
We are the same. So Chonsiti government ubani wena wenzeni siboniso kwakho kuyi-1 okwenzayo okuncedisa eZimbabwe kuncedisa abanye abantu to improve their life.
Right, let's go back to my question now. I have got you in the studio with the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, and I've got you with So, right, I've got a question for Golite, for the president, or a message for Golite, for our president of Zimbabwe, in a lovely way, without insulting our leaders. What's your take? What do you want to tell your president today, Golite, since the president is listening?
Mina ngingabatshela kuphela ukuthi kungona impilo yabantu iqhakathekile than any other thing ekhona emhlabeni. Impilo yomuntu iqhakatheke kakhulu. Yiyo into abangasinceda ngayo. Mabecabanga first beqale becabangela ama citizens. Yikho singakucela kuma lokuzeni kuma leaders ethu ukuthi mabecabanga anything that you want to do, think about citizens first before you act.
Okay, so that is the answer for both of them.
Yes, because I understand abantu bengathi kule corruption and whatsoever, but most of the things, even imithetho efakwayo, it will be better. Yabona lapho engikhona kwakuleyo lokuzeni kwaba le ilokuzeni umthetho we-abortion. Ngunikeza i-example. So abanye abantu bathi i-abortion right, abanye bathi i-abortion wrong, abanye bathi right. Ikamende yalapha izange yasukuma yathi abortion is good ukuthi umuntu ongumama angayenza, bathi abantu kabavoti.
Yes.
That
I think if another referendum.
Yes, antiyabona ukuthi maselenze njalo selilethe ebantwini lina kade sathathanga la yenza selilethe ebantwini i-government ibalelithi government lithi majority, so kumele izinto zibuye ebantwini. That's why ngithi mina beqale besicabangele thina first before they do anything. Even noma yini abayenzayo beqale becabanga ukuthi will the citizens love this, is this good for the country or not? Yindlela mina engicabanga ukuthi kongona bengasilida izinto zethu zihambe kahle, but okunengi madoda sikhulume nini iqiniso, even ama citizens we have to act. Kumele sisukume. Like now I'm saying ebantwini, if there is a product of Zimbabwe, for example, let me say chukela, simple something. If eZimbabwe kule chukela madoda kuma shelves, South Africa ungalithengi Zimbabwe. If kule sepa, no matter uyayazi uyayithanda South Africa, but for the sake ukuthi abantu abakabasiphathi kahle, plus mina ngibona ngathi okwami noma kukubi ngokwami ekela ngisebenzise okwami chiyane lokomunye umuntu. Mina ngithi I urge amaZimbabweans ukuthi let's try to use our own, let's try to have ama alternatives. Mina manje ngiyazi isola ngathenga ucingo lolu lube costa 1,000 and some cent 30 meter. Ngokuthi luhle ngayathenga eSouth Africa, I should have tried my best ukuthi kongona ngicheck ukuthi laphana kulacingo at least noma ludula kodwa ngisebenzise lona lweZimbabwe. Siyekele nini
promote Zimbabwe?
Yes, asiyekele nini ama products eSouth Africa, asiyekele nini ukusebenzisa into zeSouth Africa, even zona izimoto siyathenga khulu eSouth Africa, siyabapromota siyathini, akube lama dealerships eZimbabwe sizithengeleni izinto zethu ekhaya.
Right, umuntu lana liyaphendulana, but I want Golide today, you know, ama-point onike wona umbuyele ngenye indlela. But I've got a last question for you.
Yeah.
You are the spokesman of two countries. You are the spokesman of the president, Mr. Golide. I am breaking the news to you. Okay?
Yeah.
You are the spokesman of a president of South Africa. You are the spokesman of a president of Zimbabwe. I am breaking the news, same news as one person. Right, Mr. Spokesman of President, I've got some breaking news to you. 11 people drowned trying to cross to another country. What's your response to that? The reason they were trying to go for greener pastures.
It's obvious. Uyawazi ukuthi indlela esibona ngayo izinto nje umfowethu lapha siyaphendulana, indlela esibona ngayo izinto kazifanani. Mina omunye untshele wathi ngoba sezicathulweni zalabo abantu la uzakubona, but mina ngiphilile kulondlanilizo. Ngikhulumela kumaZimbabweans wonke afuna ukuba lokho engena ephuma. Mina ngicabanga ukuthi Mawukwazi ukuthi kawula maphepha, izinto zakho kazihambi kahle. Ekhaya hamba phakathi kwesikhathi, avoid December. Because guys, mina ukutshona komZimbabwean esifa ngaliyana amavidiyo ngendlela liyana engawabonile. Mina ukhathalekile uyisihlobo sami kumbe asohlobo sami. Ubuhlungu bakhona kimi buyafanana. Mina vele ngitshela I'm so sensitive when it comes to umuntu wangikhaya. Mina I treat any Zimbabwean zethu umuntu wangikhaya. Any Zimbabwean. That's why kuqala ngisesathanda ungena ku Facebook. When I'm not busy ngiyangena ku Facebook but ansangena njengakuqala. Ngangisithi ngabona umuntu ebhala ipost ukuthi uyahlupheka. Kwesinye isikhathi ngangithi kunafa thatha na le 50 euro khona umnike. Uya understand? Mina ngiyabe ngile belief yokuthi mina I will get more, or as long ngisizile noma lami ngaze ngisale ngingadlanga as long ngisizile it will help. But we cannot help the whole country uyi-one. Akwenzi. Lapha kumele kube le permanent solution yokuthi kwenzakala njani ukuze izinto zethu zikhambe kahle. Indaba liyane yokuwela emanzini. Abantu bachiya ama families eSouth Africa umfana kaSibanda. Bahamba ku holiday besiyabona amanye ama families. Now liyani family engale iyakudinga wena njengobaba kumbe njengomama. And when you are told ukuthi wena usangeni. Uyayenza njani?
Uyayenza njani?
Uyayenza njani? When you are told ukuthi wena usangeni kodwa wena you know ukuthi ifamily yakho ingale. And wena kumele uyesebenza yona liyani family ochiye ngale South Africa they need you ukuthi baphile. Le ngapha eZimbabwe suthi ukavile igap is okay. But ngale they need you labo ukuthi baphile because kulama rent kula nini manje iqala kwenyanga abantu bayabhadala ama rent. So vele into le ibuhlungu le abantu abana bebe ngala option ayisikho ukuthi they are reckless or whatsoever but mina i-advice yami is only that please kulabo abahlala eSouth Africa iholiday kaDecember mawungala maphepha ungahambi ekhaya.
Ungahambi ekhaya.
Akula option because mina I know even lakudala kwakuthi makusiba ngoJanuary kube lama roadblocks amaningi. Kwawusithi makusiba ngoJanuary kube nzima ukuthi ungene. Unless umuntu ozobuyela ngoFebruary uyebuyela ngcono konke lokhu kuyabe kungekho. Ndiyabona but asazi wena maye njengoba ukhona apho ke Sibanda wena ucabanga ukuthi wena what will be the way forward because it's not azonto encane antu abona labana bama permit abasabafuni kube kanti if iSouth Africa bifuna ukuthi yona ngabe
you're asking me a question here.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a person, I'm not a politician, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Right. Ngizabuyela ku question ukuthiwa let him answer my question. Let him answer my questions this one. Okay, I'll go back, but let me answer my question, colleague. You know, first and foremost, I feel so honored that you always come when you have important topics like this. It makes it easier for me. I wish all Zimbabweans, if we were talking about it, people they give me a hard time. Let's have topics. Now I've got, but never mind. It's for another day. Right? You asked me a question. What do you think should be done?
Yeah.
My point. I'm not a politician, but I'm a voice of a Zimbabwean. Right? I'm a voice of a Zimbabwean. I'm not a Facebook journalist. I did this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Understand? I did this to do what I'm doing. I trained for this. Right. So I want to clear my name before people say, oh, you support or whatever. I'm a proper journalist, not a Facebook journalist. Now I'm coming to your answer. What do you think should be done? I expect the government of Zimbabwe, right?
Yeah.
To make an emergency meeting with South Africa, right?
Yes.
The Home Affairs Minister of Zimbabwe and the Home Affairs Minister of South Africa to sit down. You see, colleague, I have worked in the UK for nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes, my part is different from other people because I have got the right of living in the UK until whenever I want.
Yes.
I am different now to other Zimbabweans, probably others Balama permit and whatever. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what I know is you don't just get a 1-year permit and then because they give you a grace period that maybe they will say there's someone here. They just added this young man here.
Okay.
Right. Just hold on, young man. You hold on. So, they give you a grace period. Are you there, Colleague? Yes. So they cannot just say within then your permit is expired. I have contributed my tax.
Mm-hmm.
I have contributed a little bit of my pension.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot just tell me that your permit expires and then you want to take my pension and just say, I cannot lose my pension. That's what causes isophobia. Because I have worked so hard. I have taken each the same water. I have taken a loan, a bank, and whatever. Oh, what you want to remove it? You understand? Then you just decide to say, so anyway, to cut things short, what I kindly ask is to have our leaders to be brave enough, Mr. Emerson Mnangagwa, to send the delegate to South Africa and say, right, these are my Zimbabweans, regardless of tribe. These are my Zimbabweans. My people cannot suffer like this. My people cannot die crossing the river. I have got to stand. We can send 26, 27 coaches to South Africa. And those Zimbabweans who want to come back, we are going to help you. We have got rich soil. We are going to give you 100 hectares of a farm, maybe 15 people, divide, and start helping you. What I'm advising the government of Zimbabwe is to take care of its own citizens, not to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. And then to Ramaphosa, it wasn't going to happen when Nelson Mandela was still alive. What is happening now? Zimbabwe helped a lot of South Africa during the apartheid, even though me and you were younger.
Yeah, Nyagusu.
But who am I to say that? What is happening? So did they build this fence, this Mexican fence, to treat people like this? Let people go on Christmas so that when they come back, then they say, Yenaro. Is that the right thing?
Yeah.
Let's welcome this young man. Oh, by the way, just hold on. You answer my question. Let's welcome Jason. How are you?
Yaphila Potunjani.
Siyakubona uchaye Mokinian hairstyle lapho uchaye boys. But don't talk about the Mokinian hairstyle. We welcome you, Jamin Jaramapos. What brings you here?
No, indaba okhuluma ngayo but Philip, it is unfortunately ukuthi ukhuluma
ifoni yakho isifrizile Mapos. Right. Jason, ifoni yakho ifrizile but uzaphenduka. Golide, kuthiwa answer ama question akho lapha Samele nomfana ufrizile lapha. Golide osese kitchen uzaphenduka. Yeah, Zimbabweans. Yeah, Golide, kuthiwa answer i-question lapha. Uyabona nama question akhe Samelele uMaphosa lapha.
Yazi ama-classes amaphezulu and ifoni yami ibhala ngamabala amancane. Ungaba yeah. Ungabala ngitsho ukuthi ngiphendule umuntu ombuzayo because mbane ngamthuma ethatha ama-classes ami lapha.
Right. What you gonna go? The people are paying electricity and the water, but still they don't have stuff. My question to you, Puti, are you not paying enough money for electricity and water to your government? The government, they can't even provide the basics for their own people, and you are here telling us about tax money. The money they are making from Bakery, border post, by SAP. Then Maphosa Jason usesuphendukile.
yazi bengathi ngishaye network sengibuyile but
hold on. Then Manaswon lapha. Manaswon. Then okay. Ugolide ngiyakwazi ukuhlala elizweni elingela network. So Manaswele kuye Jafel. Keep that question for engqondweni zakho lokuzela. Colleague. Continue Mapos.
No, what I was saying is, but Philip, when ukhuluma nge-government angithi, yet in Zimbabwe we don't have a government. Sinabantu that
You can't
no,
say that.
no,
you
but
can't
Philip,
say that Zimbabwe doesn't have a government. That's
we have
wrong.
we have office holders. We have abantu that don't have a clear understanding of.
You cannot come in here and tell me that Zimbabwe has got no government. It's wrong.
No, we don't have. Right. If we have a proper government, ngabe asinabantu abafele emanzini ngithi. If we have a proper government, ngabe sinabantu asebethunywe eSouth Africa to come and negotiate indaba yama-permit. You can't tell me it's the government abantu abafela ukwenza into esimple kanjani. We can't say it's the government.
I cannot come and agree with you, my young boy, and you tell me that there is no government in Zimbabwe. That is wrong. There is a government. They have voted those people there.
No, but Philip, I understand what you are saying. Ngokwamaphepha nangokwe pretense okupretender. Yes, we can fool ourselves. Such is the government. But eqinisweni, I and me, we know ukuthi we don't have a government. Yebo bakhona, as you said, ukuthi bakhona. But if it's the government, ngabe abantu abafele emanzini, two, ngabe kunomuntu osethunyiwe to come maybe apologize or negotiate indaba yama-permit. We can't scatter all over the world, see just no government. Sinabo abantu that occupy those offices, but we cannot tell ukuthi government. A government must come within ama-policies azobhenefitha thina as ama-citizens. So failure to do so, ngeke sithi sine government. Right, when as ukuthi sine government, yini ekwenza ukuthi sine government? Because they are getting paid.
What do you mean you've got a government? You have a parliament. You've got a parliament.
We have a house. No, but Philip.
You cannot use the, listen, you cannot use the word we, you and who?
No ubani owaseZimbabwe ngithi akana government.
Do you agree with we can't have a government?
No, yazi uthini Sibanda. Mfowethu ngiyakubingelela kunjani lapho?
Ngiyabonga, ngiyaphila futhi unjani?
Ngiyaphila Maphosi Sibongo.
Yebo futhi.
Yeah. Yazi madoda ngifuna ukuthi mina ngibe clear lapha. Sibonisane nini lapha siyabonisana la. Anje lapha sidinga isolution.
Yes.
Lapha kasibonisana nini ngoba into le iyas affecta sonke. But mina ngingedwa. Ngiyi-one mina. Mina ikamena ngingenisa phakathi kukhonoko kwezinto. Because mina into zepolitics sengikhuluma iqiniso ngingasaqambi manje. Mina into zepolitics angizazi. So okunye kwesithu mina mangisenza into ngizenzela mina angenzeli igovernment. So okunye into yokuqala umuntu mayewele emanzini ndoda it's a decision oyithethe as an individual. I-outcome ayibuyi ku-government ibuya kuwe. So how can you avoid ukuwela emanzini komuntu oyi-one? Because that mina yikho lapho engilenkinga khona. Umuntu oyi-one mayewele emanzini uavoideka kanjani ukuthi umuntu oyi-one awele? Izimbabwe ingazi ihambe ithi yakhulumisana le-South Africa kumbe yenze njani? Because angaze ngilibone ilizwe elithi kongona kwelinye nika abantu bama-permit basebenze kuwe. Angaze ndibone kungona sibanda
right, we have cleared that. I mean, me and you, let him explain what he wanted to say, the young man.
Right, angibonge babugolide ngokuclarify kuleyo ndawo. But i-purpose of having i-government is to take care for ama-citizens. Yes, as ama-orphans angithi ngizokubeka kanjalo as ama-orphans we find ourselves ku-situation efana nawe, okay, even umfula ugcwela ngithi kumele ngizibone ukuthi ngenza kanjani. But i-proper government ibizoplanela abantu bayo. Right, umfula leyo asiyifake ku-issue yani yama-ARVs angithi akekho umuntu othunywa ukuthi ayenze that thing ne engamenza athole i-HIV. But government proper wathatha i-initiative to give abantu amaphilisi ukuze bangafa ngithi, even though behambe besazi ama-consequences okwenza leyo nto. But thina eZimbabwe asikwazi ukuthi sisuke maybe angazi maybe kuphosephe ukuthi sihlangane nabo but Philip nabanye si-approach i-government yase-South Africa sokhuluma nayo to negotiate indaba yama-permit because abantu abaningi they have invested into eziningi lapha e-South Africa bayasebenza banemizi banabantwana babazalele lapha. So we need someone who can come on our behalf to negotiate within government wase-South Africa. When othi akukho possible othi akukho right ukuthi
what is his name? What is his name? Why Kuluma about Jama permits?
So what I'm saying is akukho possible ukuthi
continue, Jason. Sorry, continue, Jason.
Akukho possible as an individual or as a group of people to approach government. Kube songathi government waseZimbabwe simthathela simhambela phambili. Mind you, bake bakhuluma yabona we have abantu abakhuluma kakhulu eZimbabwe, ama-journalist, top journalist abakhuluma kakhulu. Now they are quiet. So if babe khuluma kanjalo, why can't they come up with a strategy or try to tell government no, let's go and negotiate on behalf of our people. As a government, you must do that. You must negotiate on behalf of your people. If we go to nabantwana kolide, abantwana bakho baxoshwe esikolweni awunayo school fees, you go as umzala ngithi to go and negotiate nani nesikole ukuthi no, ingane zami azikwazi ukukhokha i-school fees ngama reasons akanje. Bengicela ukuthi senze kanje. Ingane zami zizobhala uform 4 lo nyaka ngithi ngicela ukuthi ungazixoshi. Ingane zami sezenze lokhu nalokhu ngicela ukuthi ungazixoshi. So in South Africa we need government work to come and negotiate on our behalf because kunabanye abanama businesses angithi. Kunabanye abanama properties. You can't tell them ukuthi okay ngeke usabuyele eSouth Africa ngeke kwesathina thi no. We need a proper plan. Maybe babanikeze another grace period of 5 years to clear izikwelede to pay imoto zabo. Uthini ngomuntu othenga imoto this year akayiqeda uyikhokhela. So we need government to come and negotiate on our behalf. But unfortunately, as in a government, now stand with that. We don't have in total government in Zimbabwe. We have our office holders, our selfish, abayicabangela bona, they don't care about us. And not about Zimbabwe, South Africa ku point whereby we don't need umzali. Siyazibonela. I think all of us siyazibonela. That's why our brothers bethatha ama initiative wokuwela imfula igcwele because we are orphans. You know, sinama families alana, sinama families aseZimbabwe. So we are forced because no one can talk on behalf of us. No one can talk on behalf of us. So, but Philip, angisho ukuthi thina ngithi, but if you can try by all means to avoid ukuthi you are advising government waseZimbabwe, more advise government waseZimbabwe, or advise abani? Advise president umnangakho, advise cabinet yakhe, ubani umadvisayo ukuthi enzele if ukhuluma government waseZimbabwe.
It would be nice, colleague, it would have been nice to have every Zimbabwean, regardless of language. It would have been nice to hear other parts of Zimbabwe people speaking, you know. It would have been nice to hear somebody coming in from, you know, from a certain part of Zimbabwe, so that we know that we are a balanced country. But unfortunately, I don't know. But I don't want to put words in other people's mouth. But let's continue with the topic. So, what is your advice, young Mapos, to the government? To the what name did you use? You said you were for the office. What name did you give them? You said there is no comment in Zimbabwe. What name are you giving them?
No. As in Andana ngithi, we have ubaba engimhlonipha kakhulu, ubaba uNgqabutho Mabhena ngithi. That guy kumele ahlonishwe kakhulu eZimbabwe, and this is unfortunately ukuthi abantu abamhloniphi. But we need abantu abanjengabo Mabhena because the government asifake esayidini, they won't do anything. Even ngento yama-permit wona la abantu abakhala ngawo abanawo, ugovernment wethu bengenzanga lutho. So we need abantu maybe abangahamba bayoncenga or bayokhuluma on behalf of us. And let's just forget about the so-called government. Because truly speaking, we are going. If ungazange kube namanyathelo like abantu like the likes of Mabena, Diaspora Forum. Those are the people esingakhuluma nabo ukuthi okay guys, we have a problem kanje. Ayikho yini indlela abangasiza ngayo. Because the government those guys, they are very arrogant. They are very arrogant. This day they were busy with Aaron Mtsoelet. Phansi phezulu naye. Bakhuluma udoti nje ngaye. So, government wethu arrogant. But we need abantu abazohamba banjani bayokhuluma kahle on behalf of us. But now, sesiku situation whereby so kumele siyoncenga. Siku situation whereby kumele siyoncenga. Umuntu ozohamba ayosikhulumela ezehlisa. Not ukuthi lokho abazenzayo, they are sending emails and all those things. We need.
How come Julius Malema is quiet all of a sudden? You leave that side. Well, how come he's quiet about it?
No, they are tired, ngathi. Mind you, some of us, nikenezwa kunamachito waseZimbabwe wadebulala abantu eLimpopo nani. They are tired of us because of our deeds. Some of us, sizigebengu. Every time, now and again, siyabulala abantu. Especially
Listen, South Africa doesn't have Zimbabweans only. There are so many foreigners in South Africa.
No, but into khona Philip, if it was a Zimbabwe, a Zimbabwean man does this. Zimbabwean men ubulela abantu besifazane ekuphi eLimpopo. Zimbabwean men wenze lokho. I don't know why. Every time into esiyenzayo ivele igqame nje. Every time into esiyenzayo the level of inkunzi esibambayo thina ngithi isezingeni eliphezulu. Everyone knows ukuthi okay, these guys from Zimbabwe bayenza into ezibheke. We are not the only criminals in South Africa. We are not only criminals. But into esuka kithi, I don't know why. It's very cool, man. So they are tired of us. You can't keep on justifying abantu abenza njengathi.
Ufana uhlale eGoli ukhuluma into ezenzakalayo azibona eGoli. Golide.
Sibanda ngicela ukuphendula lo umbani ngudeliwe ukhumalo.
Yeah.
Kulombuzo wakhe lapha nothi mina why ngisithi government mina yazi ngile belief yokuthi ukuze igovernment yenze kahle kumele kuqale from kithi njalo uthi yena abantu laba mabegula begovernment babalekela bayihambe kwamanye amazwe ungachecka for example bathi yini isibhedlela lesilapha ichayini Try Milk Park yini lesi sibhedlela i-private la okwakulo Tsvangirai khona kuthiwa yini?
South Africa.
Yes, just outside iJoburg City Center.
Yes.
But yini igama laso? I-Milk Park sengikhohliwe manje.
Something like that.
Lalela, those are those hospitals are private hospitals. Who owns a private hospital? Impendula lo kumalo. Who owns a private hospital? In each and every country, ngubani owner a private hospital. Ungamphendula wena Bra Philip khona untshela ukuthi mbani owner a private hospital. Lo muntu uthi ngicabange before I talk. A private hospital is owned by an individual like you and me. That's where there is best service. Ma ungahamba kuma hospital, it's even khona la engikhona. A private hospital, that's why they are expensive because ka owner government. Yakha eyakho i-private hospital eZimbabwe uyinike yonke into sibone kumbe ngekuyekela ukuthola abantu ababuya bezolala kusibhedlela sakho abantu aba-rich because there is no eZimbabwe ama-private hospitals wona lawa onwa ngama-individuals i-service enidwa ngabantu abaphakeme kayikho. But ma ungayakha esakho isibhedlela useZimbabwe, you compare them to South African private hospitals. Believe it or not, bazabuya bezokwelatshwa esibhedlela sakho. So that's why mina ngiyabe ngisithi khona i-government singaqalini ngokuyiblema. Asiqaleni sizikhangele thina. Are we doing enough? And then we say the government is letting us down. That's why into engiyikhuluma angitsho ukuthi government yaseZimbabwe they are perfect, they are doing everything 100%. But us as individuals, as a community as Zimbabwe, what are we doing on the ground? So ungathi wena untshela ukuthi yebo abaleka baye kuma private hospitals. Private hospitals are owned by private individuals.
Ngimthumele ilink udeliwe Khumalo, ngimthumele ilink ukuthi nxa efuna ukungena angene. Azikhulume likhulumisana, because you know ukhulumile laphana wathi kona even so-called MDC ministers are quiet, you know, uJason laphana sefrizile laphana, but you know it's so nice Golide, you know, because when uhlala emazweni Golide usubone into eziningi kakhulu Golide, ubona into eziningi, you can bring a lot of ideas. Same as, I mean, you know, ungitshela ngendaba yokuthi siloko sithenga impuphu yabanye abantu, ungahamba emathaka wayithenga impuphu ebhalwe iwisi.
Yeah.
So singaqalisa ukuthi hayi South Africa, if you keep doing this, we are going to boycott ama shows, ama artists avele South Africa. We are going to boycott ukuthenga impuphu zenu. We are going to boycott. You know, those are the very, very important things to say.
Vele Spanda kumele kufike endlebeni zabo ukuthi konkona no, we have to change. Ngutshele umfowethu laphana ubesola igovernment yeZimbabwe. I don't think ukuthi in the world there is a government engahambi iye kwelinye ilizwe ifike ithi ngicela unike abantu bama permit. Angazi wena ukubona bengakwenza khona.
Hayi, no.
Kuthi uthi government le iyabe isizibone ikuzeyisa phela lokho. And akula muntu ovuma ukuzeyisa emhlabeni. So into ekhona nansi la. South Africa the way esitreata ngakhona mina ngiyakwami ngiyakwazi siyahlupheka sibi kodwa lathi sitreateni ngendlela esitreata ngakhona.
Uyakwazi ukuthi Golide abantu abase-UK e-UK e-Ireland abaningi balamabhenki eSouth Africa ama-account.
Vele baningi abantu aba-own ama-properties only as i-diaspora eZimbabwe, they are doing a lot for South Africans. Ngingathi ukuthi i-diaspora ngathi every Zimbabwean contributes to i-South African profits eyenziwa ngama-companies abo. Ungathola ukuthi 20% of their profits it's our money.
Because abantu abaningi abase-diaspora abalama-account eZimbabwe, because i-account at the moment with the whatever, abantu abaningi bavula ama-account eGold.
Sonke khona lapha sila ama-account abo FNB.
Sila kunzima, you know, kunzima kakhulu Golide. You know, i-topic le ibuhlungu kakhulu Golide. Ibuhlungu kakhulu. Umfana wami laphana ukuthi i-network yamhlupha ngabe bengikwazi ngabe ngimfakela idatha uMaphosa. Because ubebuya la ngenye point emnandi kakhulu. But udeliwe Khumalo ngimthumele ilink maybe usemsebenzini. Ngoba awulokho ekuphosela ama-question laphana uthi Golide with the uqala wakuthumela lela ngingakafaki nansi la uthi Golide with the pride and failing to provide for its citizens, they won't approach South Africa because they have nothing to lose. Then laphana kwabuya laphana omunye laphana wabhala laphana okamsipho wathi kona we need more people who think like you Golide. uGolide wathi waphendula uGolide wathi ube kubuze laphana mana ngabona ibonile nathi why are we having those private hospitals and why is the government not building program? Ngabona ibalile liyana. Then wasesithi wasekuphendula laphana uGolide wathi kona thinking of what angikwazi ukuthi ubekhulume ngani, but awulava ukuthi isikhathi esifitshane sesisele kube labanye ababili abathathu abafuna ukusijoyina sikhulume kungani ukuthi ungabi ngani iprogram ngeka Philip Golide lo Maphosa. Feel free guys to talk about this, unless if you don't have a relative who is in South Africa, unless if you're not benefiting in South Africa. I have got so many things mina eSouth Africa ngento eziningi kakhulu.
Uyawazi thini Sibanda, mina umfowethu lapha udeliwe umfowethu noma ngusisa ngazi, but angithi ukuthi yena wrong njalo lami ngangithi ukuthi mina ngi-right. But mina all what I'm asking from other Zimbabweans is that before we blame our government, let's look at ourselves. Are we contributing enough? We say maybe leadership is lacking. Start by looking at yourself, because we cannot just jump and go to government to our government and say, yeah, government says Zimbabwe, but what are the citizens doing to improve indlela. Uyakwazi ukuthi ngikutshele kwamanye amazwe ngikutshele Sibande. Sengikutshela iqiniso. Kwamanye amazwe you can enter a private road. Ubone ukuthi now sengidrive ku private road that is owned by a community, ayekho owned by government. Aye owned by city council. Udriver that's why endane eziningi bafaka even ama toll gate ukuthi bhadala okuyimali okungaka ukuthi you used our road. Asikuboni khonokho kithi. Asikuboni wonke umuntu ubhizi ukhomba ama lokuzeni ilokuze kodwa kulama Zimbabweans amaningi who have got enough money okokuthi they can start something and abanye bebonele kibo. We spread the gospel izinto ziye phambili. Asikuboni khonokho. Ngikunike example uyawazi ukuthi manje abantu bePlumtree bayakhe kahle. It started by one person. Umuntu oyi-one waqala ukwakha kuhle along i-community yePlumtree abanye balandela. Can we see that in a way yokuthi khona ama-clinics, izibhedlela, izikolo zisakhiwa ngama-community eZimbabwe besenza izinto ezinjalo, then we start blaming our government. Siyablaming igovernment thina singenzanga lutho. Yikho engikutshoyo kuphela angitsho ukuthi igovernment yaseZimbabwe yenza kahle. Hayi lapho liyabe ningazwisisi kahle. But ngithi la
ePlumtree bayenza izimanga.
Uyababona abantu bePlumtree ne?
Hayi ePlumtree yenza izimanga. Ama-lodge alaphana, ilodge elisePlumtree laphana.
Anti uyabona.
Kuthiwa toll gate ikhona but the roads are not being maintained.
Ngibala awama private roads. Ngikhuluma nge-private road laphana bengikhuluma nge-private road bengingakhulumi nge-city council kumbe into ze-government. Bengikhuluma nge-private road. Ukuthi kube le private road okunjengokuthi ungangena esigabeni uyabona mina mbuye eGoluchena. Ungangena esigabeni sakithi usidrive endleleni zethu. Uthola ukuthi imigwaqo liyana isi-ownwa yi-community. Okuyimali okucollectwa kuma-toll gates ngokumaintain umgwaqo lwana ukuthi uhlale unjalo ku-community. Kukhona yini ekhaya? OkweZimbabwe okwe-government ngiyakubona. But imbuza thina as i-community. Njengoba ngifanisele la ngesikolo. Ngifanisele ngesikolo ukuthi sukwayibona yini i-community school ekhaya. But okwenzakalayo endaweni ovela kiyo bangaki obhilida obaziyo who can offer their services for free. And the bangaki abantu abaphetsheya who can buy one bag of cement to contribute to that school. Sibanengi. But akwenzakali why?
Golide uyibeka ngenye indlela ethusayo. Uyibeka ngenye indlela ethusayo Golide. Ubala ama comments.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, uqinisile ngazi mbani othi where in the world will you not ngumsipho?
Yeah.
Yeah, uqinisile. Corruption is everywhere, we understand it. And it's not that I'm here to defend the government yaseZimbabwe. I will never do that because mina ngaze ngibe ku parliament angikwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. But mina ngikhuluma ngento ebambekayo esiyibonayo sonke isenzakala.
Yeah. Hayi. Sebekuhlasele ke lapho ulokuze ludeliwe kumele like lihlangane sibili ngoba ulawe uthi kona kuphendula imibuzo jahe kudala. U-NS Sebatha laphana naye uthi kona where I come from all schools were built by the community. Nansi la. USebatha ngoweGwanda I think. NgoweGwanda uSebatha NS.
Uti izikolo zakhiwe i-community. That's what we want. Sibachayela izandla. That's what we want. Sifuna khona lokhu ukuthi kwenzakale more and more. Ingathi abantu abaningi bengakhopha from eGwanda. Kwenzakale more of those things.
Yeah. Hayi. Jakudala. I-topic le imnandi kodwa ke ibulewe ukuthi abantu bayesaba ukuyijoyina. It's a lovely topic. But it's not a topic of making lovely and whatever. Uthi kona Golide. Hey, udeliwe namhlulawe la sebhale inye khayela ku screen. Usabala ku screen. usabalala. Itopic ethi ibulayo ukuthi we are afraid of coming to talk. Mina, I'm not afraid to see fellow Zimbabweans suffering. My message to the president of the country of Zimbabwe, do something. Your fellow people are suffering at the border, not in South Africa. As we speak right now, your fellow people are suffering. Talk to South Africa and solve the issue of our brothers and sisters. Then idatha lami ungayithatha imali yokwenza istarada kungela msebenzi ulambile mara ngifake laphana yeyi madoda yeyi abantu sebebuya kathi sesiza kuqedisa golide nasi imessage ibali usayibala laphana kuba mnandi kakhulu hayi ama-message ayangena kakhulu laphana presanini izikopela laphana lifaka ama-message yenu kakhulu lipresele abanye lakwazi ukusibona ku-YouTube lakwazi ukungena ku-YouTube laphana sikhona ku-YouTube laphana la ku-Twitter siyatholakala sikhulumeni nanka ama-message asengena presanini izikopela lowabhala uyabona ama-message laphana asebuya enathi
ngiyabona ama-message and ukhona umfowethu obhala ukuthi khona uyayithatha phi imali wena ulambile eyokwakha umgwaqo ngama-examples angithi ukuthi yakhani imgwaqo exactly ulambile but ngama-examples and uyakhumbula thina sisakhula ne kwakule lokhuza kwakukwanisa ukuthi abantu benikezwe ukudla kodwa ukudla lokhana sasikuthola from i-government but kwakungatholakali exactly as ukuthi ukudla lokhana is for free. I-government yayithi abantu kabalungise into ethile behole as isibongo. Abakhula ngesikhathi soneso esama-80s kusiyafika ku-1990 into leyo ijwayele ukwenzakala imigwaqweni lena yayiyi-graveli but yayingekho magodigodi yayilungiswa i-community kopa yayilungiswa i-community abantu babehamba even esikolo kwakuhamba abantu befike beyenza umsebenzi wesikolo kodwa beqeda apho maybe behola amabele or whatever babekuphiwa as isibongo but akumelele into engizama ukuyichaza ebantwini okumele bangi-understand like ngiyakhuluma mfana kaSibanda umfakaze angitshongo ukuthi i-government yaseZimbabwe is doing very well lokho vele ngeke ngikutsho ngithe mina before sibasole senzani thina as a-community to develop iZimbabwe yikho engikukhulumileyo omunye wabuya lokuthi ama-private hospital abantu bahamba umuntu mayehamba ku-private hospital eZimbabwe silabantu abanemali abangakwakha a better private hospitals kodwa kabakwenzi khonokho uyayi-understand into engitsho so angithi ukuthi lokuzeni yami my point is thina asenzenini something instead of ukumelela i-government yikho kuphela ngikucela angithi ukuthi kungona i-government i-right asike simeni ukublame i-government thina si-acthenini kuphela let's do something right singakhangelanga i-government ukuthi what is the government doing but thina as i-community yaseZimbabwe let's do something right.
What you, as someone who has lived in Europe with a lot of minds, what will you give? What message will you give Zimbabwe? Your countrymen to go and develop back home? What sort of thing do you think we can do to say no? We can start our own thing. Let's just say in Matabeleland for not. I don't want people to take this the other way. But what sort of ideas can you say? Right, guys. May I come with an idea of this?
Uyakwazi ukuthi ngitshele Bra Philip umgwaqo lwana oyenkayi lo uthi ngingayenza ama-examples ezinto ezi-impossible. There is nothing impossible in this world. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Uyakwazi ukuthi uthi ngistop ukuyenza ama-examples. Alright, mfana kaSibanda. Bangaka abantu beZimbabwe abalamabhizinesi khona apha e-UK?
Baningi.
Umbani wathi esuke eZimbabwe wacabanga ukuthi engaba le business e-UK?
1 is to 1 million, maybe 5 million to 1.
Yes, si-ona izindlu lapho esikhona mina angaze mphupha ukuthi nga-ona indlu worth more than 600 euros e-Europe. Angakaze nguphuphe khonokho kodwa it happens. Nothing is impossible uma ungumuntu uyifuna. That's why there's a problem. Ukuthi abantu we limit ourselves and we tell ourselves ukuthi I cannot reach this. There's nothing impossible. Thina as a community yaseZimbabwe mina mfanisa njengenkayi. Enkayi lapha ne-city center lapha siyayidinga i-college. Siyayidinga i-college ngoba siyayidinga ngoba abantwana bethu labo behambe befundela imisebenzi khona phana enkayi.
Liyayivula i-supermarket enjengo-Asda enkayi lo Tesco.
Kuhle futhi supermarket is nothing. Nje supermarket it needs fewer people to open it. Kuhle futhi. Uyazi ukuthi ngotshele yena ukhumalo lo enga donate 100 rand every month, just 100 rand. Embuzi ukuthi ngamenze be broke or let us say 20 rand. Si donate at the end of the year according to the number yama 20 rands umuntu as long as donate imali ayikwanisayo we can do something. But akukho khonokho ekhaya. Akwenzakali. Asifuni ufanise nje company yabona Anglo American ukuthi yayi-own ama companies amangaki eZimbabwe.
Yeah.
Abantu labana babe bangaki wena mawubona?
Angwazi maybe 10 angwazi.
Babefika bo 200 ama owners.
Bebambene.
Bevumeleni imithetho. That's why we try together we can move forward. But one akwenzi. So umuntu engathi something is impossible. Asilwi siyabonisana. Asibonisane nini ukuthi wena as an individual as a Zimbabwean mawulithandile izwe lakho as an individual wenzani kuphela. Mina ngikhulume ukuthi konkhona ngibuzile ngathi mina mangaka amaZimbabweans abhadala i-tax. Into engenze ngatsho njalo ukuthi lapho esikhona thina umuntu ongasebenziyo uyahola ngeviki. Umuntu ongasebenziyo. Kodwa there's nothing like i-mining, there's nothing like i-good farming engadlule eZimbabwe. But ngoba they collect tax, they into zabo bazenza kahle. Akula muntu osebenza engabhadali tax la. Most of the people abasebenza babhadala i-tax. I-tax liyani bisimanejwa kahle, i-produce something. La kasike siboneni ukuthi bangaka abantu eZimbabwe ababhadala i-tax. Singakhulumini ngama-mine ukuthi hey i-gold ikhona ini. Mina angisoze ngikhulume ngegolide ngoba ngaze ndibone ukuthi elimayini ema-mines eZimbabwe linganani. They cannot talk about minerals in Zimbabwe because angaze ngiwabone mina. So mina ngikhuluma into ebambekayo madoda.
Well, it has been fantastic. Your last remarks, Golide, amazwi akho ugcina ofuna ukwatshela amaZimbabweans, especially on this topic ebesikhuluma ngayo amaZimbabweans who are being abused and you know. And before you answer, before you come there, guys, ama-comments lizabe liwabona kulo kuze hey incwadi leziyana sezibuya sezizinengi uthi lokho kuphinda ukuthi kulabantu bale mali eZimbabwe kanti imali bayithathaphi. I'm from Cholocho, abantu kuyathiwa begebhe idamu sokuzobotshwa beqeda behlise umumbu obolileyo kanti imali ethatha mana zayifaka ku screen akubali liyane phezulu laphana. The fact that somebody has ibale wena mnikazi wayo. When usabala laphana ngibe ngifaka amalo kuze nami ukuthi i-studio singathuli. Guys, for those you can watch this video and share it and put your comments as much as you can. You can find this as well on our YouTube, the Air Marshal Commander Show. This is a topic which we might continue with other people, but it's so good, so good. I just want to let you know that all our topics now we have started, the studio is finished. As you can see, the studio now is finished now. So bring your topics. The number is on the screen there. If you want to bring a topic, we talk about it. The number is there. Anything you want us to talk about, we are there. We are the voice of you. We are one of my message. We
Mbona le kaMsipha ukhuluma ngenegativity ekithi thina eziZimbabweans vele kunjalo ende yona le negativity ne if you are weak you will fall into a trap la ucina usungase ukuba vocal sometimes it helps ukuthi abantu be act but ngendaba yokuthi abanye bethu ba negative umuntu ngaba ezama ukukhuluma something eyakhayo and the majority tends to be negative umuntu lwana vele kasakhuluma because sesibone ku wrong side. Remember majority rules. That's why whenever into ezenzakalayo elizweni or wherever you are into abaphezulu bengayiletha kwabaphansi usually we vote and then iningi lingavotela ukuthi kongona hayi lokho asikufuni into leni iyafeyila noma ikade right.
Okay.
Noma ikade right. So esikhathini esiningi ukuthi wena ubuye ebantwini ufika ukuthi hayi lapha kathi kunje abantu vele they will always be negative and abantu kabazifuna izinto eziyaphambili. But to be honest masingalandela imithetho siye-check-a imithetho yeZimbabwe concerning ama-hospitals, private hospitals, we will see ukuthi there is no difference between imithetho yaseZimbabwe lemithetho yase-South Africa concerning wona la ama-private hospital. Somebody can go to Zimbabwe and build, or a group of people and build such an amazing hospital. Elento yonke njengayena lese South Africa abantu belatshwe laphana abalemali zabo basile ibe expensive mawufuna ibe expensive amboni umthetho ungakwalela because into inhle kunoma ngubani lobani. So asiyekele nini khona lokho mina ngokubona kwami ngiyi1 siyabonga ukuthi khona abanye abantu they can see okwama ideas esizama ukufaka engqondweni zethu but sibuyela ku topic yethu Brazil leyo ukuthi khona kwenziwe njani sisiya phambili as amaZimbabweans. For now i-option i-second option it's very hard. We know ukuthi since 2000 kumbe 98 we know ukuthi most of the food edliwa around Zimbabwe ungaze uchawe uye ngale eHarare uchawe yini border Zambia Zimbabwe. I think you will find that with products amaningi they'll be coming from South Africa athengiswe esitolo. So that's where there is my problem. Mina i-problem yami seyikuthi abantu bethu sisebenze South Africa. Mina i-problem yami siyikuthi most of the things
and a certain percentage of music edlalayo kuma radio stations and everything.
You know kuzeni South African mina njengami ngiyaziblema kakhulu ukuthi ngakhula kubi ngakhula ngingumuntu okhula like ngihlala eZimbabwe living a South African life. Music uyakhumbula thina ithi sasijive omajalisa ithi sasijive oDenchanda lokuzeni vele wawuthi phepha umuntu engadlala uSolomon Skuzu uzokuthiwa wena uyabhowa wena.
So your message you are saying, what you are saying is you are saying Zimbabweans let's boycott into zabanye and start doing our own. Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes, asizamenini ukuforce okungokwethu madoda asizamenini ukukhula ngokwethu especially uyabona nje these days ngilokubona ku trend.
Can you see any Zimbabwean doing that?
Angazi Brazil uyakwazi yini mfana kaSibanda wena ukhona apho ne ulawa amandla ukuthi anti abantu manje sikujoyinile sila ulawa amandla ukuthi ube influential kuma Zimbabweans ulawa amandla ukuthi abanye abantu they will change even not kutshintshe wonke umuntu but abanye abantu they will see ukuthi into esikhuluma ngayo yinto enjani even i-product yona le yempuphu mina I understand kulama Zimbabweans alama shops especially island ngayibone ishop yeZimbabwe ethengisa izinto ezikodwe eSouth Africa. These people they must try ukuthi impuphu into ziyabo mpuphu ezinye izinto ba order Zimbabwean thing. Sike sizame nini ukupromote okungokwethu.
Golide indaba okhuluma ngayo le izisa ubuhlungu kakhulu is very important. It's very very important Golide indaba okhuluma ngayo. It's so important. And I don't know what to say, but my appeal now is the Zimbabwe government to voice to what is happening in South Africa. That's my appeal. Me personally, I have got a lot of friends, abangama MPs, and I talk to them a lot, and they need to do something. Not only the ruling party, including the opposition, to voice and say, no, we think this is wrong. That's my message, colleague.
Yes, enye into ngitshele Sibanda yawazi kwini?
Yeah.
Ngilokubona kubo Facebook. Abantu bayakuthanda abantu bekhaya ukuthi lo ngwayiphi party lo ngwayiphi party. Izinto zonezwa ziphume engqondweni zethu. Zonke izinto yizwi ngumsebenzi wenu nalo. Ukuthi lina lizama ukuthi konkona okokuqala uyawazi ukuthi umama engaba ngwezana uba bebe ngo-MDC.
Yes.
Does it mean ukuthi abantu labasebe umuntu oyi-1?
Hayi.
Kanti manje asike sibeke nama problems ethu eZimbabwean first before we come to lokho kwama parties.
Uyabulala ilizwe khonokho.
Kakhulu lokho ukuthi uthe hey lwana ngo-MDC lwana ngwani. That's why mina I always try to stay neutral. Mina meZimbabwean, mina I help anyone. Mangicela usizo emuntwini waseZimbabwe, ngicela usizo ezeZimbabwe, ngicela eze MDC of ZANU. Angikwazi lokho mina. Ngikwazi ukuthi mangifuna into eZimbabwe ngifuna ezeZimbabwe.
Uyabona imessage ebhalwe nguLester Msipalaphana singakaqedi.
Yes.
Uthi kona with my Zimbabwe people I give up. Right now if you go in the shop you get meal called the Tatenda maize meal. No one touches it. But Iwize is always off the shelf. We are not proud of our own.
Yes. Anti amuzi umuntu okhuluma iqiniso. Amuzi umuntu okhuluma iqiniso. Yes. But why that sadlani ngeSouth Africa yona le yikuyini esakudlayo alaba bantu.
Iqiniso.
Yes. Sadlani ngabona ababantu ngutshele ukuthi kathi bona yini abayenzayo eyenza ukuthi thina sibone yantu impilo yethu ngeke ibe khona bona mabengekho. Mina vele indlela bona basiphatha ngakhona. Hayi
akunjele. Bangaki abantu obabona begqoka ijesi le-South Africa? Bangaki abantu obabona begqoka ijesi le-Zimbabwe?
Akudala lapho kungakufike lapho kungakufike lapho akula. No njengoba ngiyatsho mfana kaSibanda ukuthi lina khonapho wena ukhonapho ne woba ngomunye wokuqala ukuzama ukupromota zona ezizinto. Woba ngomunye wokuqala ukuzama ukupromota zona ezizinto. Ungazipromota zona ezizinto maybe angiyakwazi ukuthi there will be people who are negative. Uyakwazi ukuthi even uzela abantwana they won't be the same. Asoze bonke bethu babu right kulokhu lalokho. Abanye
le message le indaba uyi-avoid uyibabichiye.
No, uyakwazi ukuthi ngitshele mina khona okukho kungihlupha. Uyakwazi ukuthi mina lapha engikhona i-community yala. Zwa ngitshele. Lalela. Thina lapha ku-community yethu yala e-island. Umuntu wesindebeleni maybe 3 ngoba siyahambelana lapha masi off oma kungama Christmas. The rest ngamashona. But mina I find it okay ukuthi once we are coming together we are Zimbabweans akusela shona akusela ndebele. Leyo Tatenda mayithengiswa eBulawayo i-right ilolungelo lokuthengiswa eBulawayo ngoba ngezimbabwe. So engcono iwisa than leyo kuthiwa iTatenda.
iTatenda yiyo yakini phela.
Hayi guys, ngangcono ngithenga iTatenda than ukuthi ngithenga iwisa.
Yiko phela kutsho iTatenda yiyo yakini okumele uyithenge.
Vele plus amaZimbabweans kulento one okumele sinanzelele la. 1 A1 mina wathi ngufanisele ngami mina umama onzalayo ne isibongo sakhe ngumamoya uyezwa umama kwahamba kanje wasuka ugogo waya ekhwekhwe tala ugogo esekhwekhwe wayelandele kumbe ihlobo sakhe esasisebenza khona sakwazi isitori sakhona nje sesisidala wafika ngale ugogo wathola ijaha leli lalingelesishoneni ugogo wagcina sehlala lejaha leliyana jaha labuya lazovela ngapha esindebeleni kibo kagogo uMampofu ngapha bathini bathi ongaqalwayo asimfuni umuntu lo uyangizwa bathi asimfuni umuntu lwana wazonda ngendlela ayethritwe ngakhona kanti ugogo sezithwele wahamba umuntu wenkosi azange aphindwe waligxoba namuhla umama lishona elikhulele eMathebheleland elingakwazi ukukhuluma isishona ngoba enkayi isishona sikho kodwa umama lishona sikwenza njani okuyizinto okunjengakhona lokhu sikontinue sisithi thina lo ulishona lo ulindebele guys akulashona lapha nakulandebele lapha kudepend ukuthi wena ukhulele kuphi kuphela finish ayiyekele nini into ende kudepend ukuthi wena ukhulele kuphi ma ukhulele eBulawayo even ukathi ama-roots akho engayemtare uzakhula ukhuluma isindebele ufunda sona esikolo kusasa uzabe usuzibiza ngendebele suzonda amashona this is nothing asifocuse nini phambili manje abantu bayadubeka abantu bafele emfuleni siyekele nini lokho madoda lokho asikuchiyene eceleni lokho.
Thank you so much. That is a powerful, honest enough. Thank you. No, we don't know that. Colleague, it's so nice, Kazlam. Ibade sibili message, ibade. Yeah, esabalu colleague lapana guys, ama comments azabebuya lapana lo abhalingene ku YouTube, like our YouTube channel, see kulise. Let's improve this. Our idea is to bring all these interviews. We are coming towards our election 2023. We are going to be bringing our leaders here, the likes of Wongama political parties. So please feel free to come in and like our page. It's going very well. So far, we are on 339. Like our YouTube channel, Air Marshal Commander Show. And I'm a human being. I make mistakes. And whenever I make mistakes, please accept my apology and correct me. I'm your boy, I'm your child, I'm your son, I'm your brother. Whenever I make mistakes, accept and correct me, but don't correct me in public because I get offended, then I'll respond in a bad way. So just inbox me and say, hey, Marshal Commander, I think you're wrong there. All right. Colleagues.
Yeah, antabona ukuthi silapha mfowethu siyaxoxa nje abantu abasebuhlungwini because ukutshona komuntu asonto encane angazi njalo kumbe sokwatshintsha sokwaba into encane ukutshona komuntu especially umuntu esifa ngaliyana indlela esiyibonayo kuma videos asonto enhle leya so silapha siyazama ukuthi sibonisane nini hayi ukuthi sisola nini hayi mina ngilapha isiyindlela embuye ngayo la nalapha bengizothi sixoxe
njengami and we will never allow that. Thank you so much for it. Quality, it's so sad that I mean it's so sad, but let me be honest with you. We are going to love each other as Zimbabweans, and we have started. This is the kickstart. Kulabana abayenza ayo film now wayenza imedia or a kickstart and the trailer. So this is the kickstart of what we are going to be doing towards 2022-2023. Xa uNkulunkulu esigcinile sizabala ama-topic ethu wona lawana mnandi esasiwakhuluma wonke lawana azabalela into ezinenkolide. Ngiyabonga. What your last remarks?
Lami ngiyabonga kakhulu mfowethu mangi-free ngabona inhlelo ezinde ngandi ukuthi ngingene angandanga kuba ignorant entweni ezisensitive njengazona lezi Ngoba this, to be honest, it affects every Zimbabwean.
Yeah. I think
Akukhethi ukuthi wena ukuphi, akukhethi ukuthi wena ungubani. Lokhu kunjengoba iZimbabwe ifile injiyana, no matter you are a billionaire la ukhona kodwa kuyaku-affecta kuphela.
yeah. Let me be honest with you. We are not going to allow ourselves to be divided, especially, you know. And guys, I kind of ask people to stay away from, you know, dividing each other. But Golide, it has been great to have done.
Hayi lami ngiyabonga kakhulu mfowethu, noma nje isisombululo singelaso njengabantu abalata abazihluphekelayo, kodwa ke ibuhlungu indaba eyenzakala ngama-South Africans. I wish we can come with a second option ukuthi kwenziwe njani ezamaZimbabweans. Singenzani ukuthi sike sixolele iSouth Africa, sike sibachayise ngomoya.
Yey madoda, ngomoya.
Yeah, beke betshaya ngomoya. Beke beyekela ukuthi bebe besithi konke lokhu besibiza ngamagama, besibize bathini thini. Sike sibachayiseni ngomoya bakithi abantu laba bakhathele ngathi mina ngiyababona.
Golide badinge phela abantu abangu-200 siye iyakha i-supermarket enkaya elokuzeni kinda phansi.
Abantu abangaki?
Abangu-100.
Abangu-100.
Siye ifaka i-supermarket laphana enkaya lapha.
Vele mina yisisifiso sami. Yisisifiso sami, but uyakwazi ukuthi umnyama mina ngiwubona kimi ne. Indawo yakithi kwesinye isikhathi iko beyibiza ngomnyama ubambile. Ngibona ngathi abantu abaphumayo bephuma elizweni besiya ngaphandle sibalutshwana.
Hayi, awudingi bantu bakini, udinga abantu abazimiseleyo. Awudingi bantu bakini, ungathola uthi dawo. Lapha madoda singulokuzeni, ungathi 100 lingu-200 iba imalini.
It's a lot of money. Masi 200 by 100 kuthi ukuthi
ozero abangaki
uyafaka ozero labana, uyathatha ozero labana ababa-100 ubafake ngale phezu kwe-200 kuthi uthi sekulabo zero abayi-4, it's something like 20,000.
Yes. Liphinde litsho njalo maybe likwenzeka kathathu kumbe kane. Ubona ngani 60,000 ayisukumisa i-supermarket esabekayo kini laphana.
Ingayisukumisi lani, uyawazi ukuthi ikhampani yokuqala eyayisenhlizweni yami mina engiyifisayo. I-milling company.
Angiyabona.
Uyawazi ukuthi ngitshele before ngiphume ngiyazi ukuthi la sezijayele lami senza hamba. Uyawazi ukuthi ngisithi ngiyathi ngiyakhangela ukuthi kuyini okumangalisayo ngempuphu yona le mpuphu yona le esikhuluma ngayo la yi-problem yami enkulu. Uyawazi mina ngasenda ama-emails lapha kwenye ikhampani eChina.
Yeah.
Ngila i-quotation yelokuzeni ye-milling machine, ikalakati heavy duty ekhipha isikuba. So ngibe sengibona ukuthi kodwa kahle sure singehlule. Uyawazi ukuthi it's about $80,000. But ngathi ngiyakhangela ukuthi konkhona mali baningi lichaya imali leyi i-80,000 imali encane kakhulu.
Impuphu ithengiselwa ku-community khonapho, abasebenzi bengabe-community khonapho, ibenefita i-community.
Vele sihle sakhe iziphala zethu, igogwe leyana iseduze lenkayi ayisimumbu konke khonaphana ngoba mina indawo yakithi leyana isemngcolweni igogwe lenkayi kubambeni. So
Kosayi ngale egogwe ngale kosayi.
Yeah. Uyabona?
Labo idizidedi lelo wathomba idizidedi leli elahluphayo leli lalivele egogwe kwaphana.
Antwabo. So ma ungathi wena i-milling company egaya impuphu, because there is no way ongafeyila ngakhona. Ungahamba kopha ku-company yona leyana ewisa uhambise abantu abayi-5 Zimbabweans. uyacela ukuthi abantu abana besebenze khona for 3 months only bebona i-system yakhona siyayikhipha exactly impuphu yabo.
Aye, so this is good. So what you need to do now, we are going to have another topic where we can try and see which raise abantu abafuna i-project. Mina ngibona ngani i-business ifuna abantu abazimiseleyo.
Yeah, vele ngeke sifeyile lutho. Umumbu noma uthe Zimbabwe kule ndlala ayisimumbe eZambia kulezi nsuku.
Uyabona. So into esizifunayo ukuthi one day we are going to have i-topic ukuthi hayi madoda namhla sifuna ukudinga abantu abazimiseleyo sihlale phansi sibe le constitution sibe labantu abangu-100 or 200 nansi ilokuzeni kube sidinga ama-property kumbe senzani nasi indaba. Yeah. Kolide, I feel so honored to call you a friend.
Hayi nami ngiyajabula ngoba ukuletha i-topic yakho le is very sensitive. Ngiqale ngi-high but hayi lami sengihilile because ngithola abantu bokuxoxa laba indaba le. Sengihilile but izolo ntambama ngibona ama-videos lawa into yakhona imphathanga kuhle. Even ngibona abantu abasebhoda abafuna ukucrossa abavalelweyo into yakhona imphathanga kuhle. Angikwazi mina madoda angikwazi ukuthi kathi sure uyawazi ngikutshela into inkulumo yami yokugcina yazi mina sakhuleke.
Yeah.
Uyawazi why mina mbona ngathi amaZimbabweans sikhuleka kakhulu but akulanto etshintshayo akulanto sesayitholayo mina makuyikuthi ngiyakuya eGehenna it's okay angisakhuleki mina I've given up. Qala ukukhulekela ukuthi into zibe right ekhaya akulanto etshintsha so uNkulunkulu thina kasizwa uzwe amanye ama-countries thina kasizwa. Kanti why thina sikhuleka kangaka singazwakali? So mina hayi vele umuntu angitshela ngichethi siyaxabana mfuna ngiyilapha.
Hayi ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngahlala layo kuhle ngiza kuntshintsha.
Ayisayi njoba ngutshela ukuthi azafuni into zechethi
Shuma, our next topic sifuna ukuzama ukuthi sidinge abantu abazimiseleyo ukuthi sibone singaba bangaki sibone ukuthi singaphuma lana.
Yeah, that would be a good idea mfowethu ngingakutshela imanga. Yabona when Zimbabweans come together with the focus of doing one thing, and what you should bear in mind, this is not all about our properties. Properties, they don't produce anything. We need something that is going to change the community. We need something, productivity. Ukuthi ubani uzafika hole eqeda uhola athatha imali ayibhadalela umntwana e-university. We need ukuthi ama-products wona la athenga eZimbabwe evelela ngaphandle abe le minimum ilokuzeni abayitholayo i-support abayitholayo so kungena wethu ama-product. So every Zimbabwean ongaphandle ocabanga i-business, let's think about something ele production. I-supermarket I understand, but i-supermarket will still promote izinto zangaphandle. Ezokuthi sihambe siyewodi impuphu eSouth Africa siyifuni impuphu eSouth Africa. I-rice le-South Africa sisalifuni eZimbabwe.
Siyathi sesenze njalo Golide, senze njalo sizuze sesiyadinga insimu maybe i-100 hectares sesilima khonapho sikwazi ukuthi insimeni.
Ubala lokho I once sent an email angisakazi ukuthi kwakuyini eyaseZimbabwe ebona ngokwama nge-farming but mina ngisekufuyeni mina umuntu othanda ukufuya angifuni kulima direct. Uyazi I was told ukuthi mina kumele ngizibuyele ngingafika ekhaya. And mina abantu babesithi lokho akutholakali eZimbabwe. Guys, let's try ukuthi usithi akutholakali wehlulekile wahamba wawucheka.
That's true.
Singazwa ngomunye sithi lokhu kunje. Asike sizameni ukuthi into uzenzele wena ufike khona phana uthi mina I'm a farmer, I want to do this kuma offices emguza kumbe kuma offices angaphi sibone kumbe ngeke ulithole lelo plaza olifuna.
Hayi jaha elidala angisakwehli. Nxa bekhona abafuna ukujoyina ugolide lami sisiya phambili nansi jaha elidala anytime mina ngisakwehli igolide sesiyahlala hluphana so.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu mfowethu. Asibonge lo
Bonke
bathi mbani?
bonke lo Delio bonke everyone Lester everybody lo mafana Lester ulokuzeni usebatha everybody who managed to come in including those who were watching us bengazayo bafaka ama comments but nxa kulama video eliwabonleyo lengane ufuna ukuwafaka liyawafaka khonapho it's good but guys let's love our country. Abafuna ukubambana lo golide lami in something else asambe nini. I know this yabathola jaha elidala golide.
Vele kumele sibathole abantu abafuna iproduction no matter kungaphi, no matter kuse Plumtree, no matter kungaphi. If you see a space osibonayo ukuthi kathi guys lapha masingafaka okuyicompany kwethu okuproducer into enje angeke yini sibenefit, angeke yini kuncede icommunity yethu. Guys asiyekele nini ukuthi masisithi sikhuluma ngamabusiness sikhulume ngabo Bokristo whatsoever into ezingasoze zilethe into yase Zimbabwe phezulu. Mina ngifuna something makuyi rice kumele icompany igama le company libe yilona lesaliplana sikhona la. I-rice uthi ungene esupermarket esemaswingo uyangizwa uyithenge i2 kg ye-rice ukwazi ukuthi this is a product produced in Zimbabwe. I buy this to support a Zimbabwean.
Yes.
We understand ngikho ngufisa ukuthi sikwenze nini
ile packaging ye company yenu.
Yes.
Hayi golide ngiyabonga kakhulu yazi ukuthi umbuyele ngenye indlela ekade vele kucithile zilele kini.
Hayi lami ngiyabonga mfowethu but antsho kuthiwa many hands zenza sihambeni phambili but as an individual kunzima.
And as an individual kunzima and ukhuluma kahle kakhulu jaha elidala. And uyikhuluma kamnandi kakhulu. Golide indaba leyi kumele iye phambili.
Asibone ukuthi do we get enough support ukuthi lathi si njoba mina ngitshelile ngathi ngoJune mina I think end of June ngiyahamba le family yami. Ngiyabe ngisekhaya.
Ngayiphi inyanga end of June?
Yeah, end of June because lapha abantwana bayabe kuma holidays angithi.
Yeah.
So ngiyabe ngisekhaya imission ukuthi mangicheka investment ngicheka something productive. Ngangitshela imanga because uyakwazi ukuthi njengamanje ukwakha indlu ebulawayo mina kimi ngibona ku useless.
Yes, I know because especially abantu abakho bala.
The other way around indlu liyana kubenefitani kuyini okuzambisela esikhwameni but ngingahamba eVictoria Falls. Ngiyahamba eVictoria Falls. I can build something ezanceda itourism yeZimbabwe ukuthi bephezulu.
Yes. Yes.
Ngifisa sicabangeni njalo singameleli ama-investors from kwezinye indawo ukubuya kuzo-investor eZimbabwe. Why this we are here? Let's go eVictoria Falls. Check ukuthi wena ubona kushota ngane eVictoria Falls. Come here, talk to us. Guys, mina mbone lokho. Kathi kungaba njani senzeni so? Asenzeni njalo.
Hayi golide. No. Golide, let's come in all the time. Sikhulumeni niyakwazi ukuthi baningi abantu abazimiseleyo njengawe. Mina I'm one of them. Please, ngiyabazi ukuthi bakhona abantu abanjengawe. I feel so honored jaha elidala.
Ngiyabonga Brafipo ukuthi ngihambe lami lapha sengilethi inyana but let's hope ubuya lama topics amnandi especially when you are
no I see membuya lama topic wonke umuntu ozi topic send me mina in the studio and then mina I can sit behind the mic and control anyone ozwa I topic ngabuye le topic what I supply mina yi studio loku moderator kuphela simple.
Yeah, Siyabonga mfowethu because baningi abakhuphileyo ubuhlungu obungaphakathi sikade sikhuluma sikhona la ubuhlungu bokubonana lana ama videos ayisimi ngedwa but mbone yathi sibanengi abazwe befeel better just to discuss something even though singaphumanga le answer it helps guys kuyasinceda.
Thank you so much Kolide. Ngiyabonga.
Kodwa ilizwi lami lokucina sibandi.
Yeah.
Guys, if kule mpuphu yeZimbabwe, if kule nto anything kumbe yini anything ofuna ukuyithenga, kodwa ma kule option yokuthi iZimbabwe can produce that thing. Guys, let's asithenge nokwe Zimbabwe.
Thank you. Mina kusukela namhla untshintshe ingqondo kakhulu.
Yeah, because mina ngikhathele ngabantu abadelela.
Kulama sausage awe South Africa njalo ukwathenga la.
Yeah.
So I think namhla untshintshe ingqondo.
And wona la ama sausage, do you know ukuthi thina we better farmers than bona?
Yeah, lokho ngiyakwazi.
Siyakwanisa ukuwayenza wona la ama sausage. Kwehlulani kanti? Kunidi umuntu oyi-1 ukuthi ahawukele i-sausage yona le ayebona ukuthi bayenza njani ngeke bakwalele.
Then isibese sibuya so advertise ku TV yethu la.
Yes, ubuye lapha umfana kaSibanda ayifake lapha ukuthi nansi asisupporteni nomunye umntwana.
Hayi, Kolide. Asibeke khonapho.
Hayi siyabonga lesta msipha siyabonga kakhulu mfowethu inetwork ikuphoxile kodwa ke it has been good to talk to you.
Yes, umaphosa lapha la lo lesta msipha umaphosa lo delivery.
Oh lo msipha.
Yeah. Thank you so much guys. I-video le iyatholakala ku YouTube. Nxa kuyikuthi bakhona iyatholakala ku YouTube Marshall Commander Show. And like our YouTube guys. Ayikabihle kodwa as you can see ukuthi ayi studio sesiphelile manje. Sisabuilda kancane. But like our YouTube Marshall Commander Show, love it and then lizabona izimanga out of that. Thank you so much.
Yes, promote ukuthi just tell them to subscribe so that everything that you do uyahlala ibona umuntu.
Uyahlala ibona. Ngiyabonga kakhulu Kolide.
Hayi lami ngiyabonga ubelela ngelihle siyabonga kakhulu kulabade belalela.
Thank you so much. Ngikholide lapha ngithanda kakhulu ijaha elidala leli. Thank you. My name is Marshall Commander Philip Swanda. I hope you enjoyed that talk about esikhuluma ngaphela ngokuhlukumezwa okwenzakala eSouth Africa amaZimbabweans. Ndinovimba mafala nachochero kwachelucha nasi pangathi sithaura nezwi lithi ka South Africa amaZimbabweans achibatiwa fadika napo. Let's meet again on the other program. As you can see behind the screen there, if you want an interview with the Air Marshal Commander, just contact me on 0044745232278 or email me Philip_Spanda@hotmail.co.uk. Anytime, any day long, we are there for you. Let's promote our own. Our aim is next time we are going to try by all means to do another topic whereby sizahlanganisa phela abantu sonke singaphuma sibangaki engxenye singaba nabantu ababili abathathu abane abahlanu inkulungwane ukubana njengoba lemzulu umfana kaGolide lapha ekhuluma. My name is Marshall Commander Philip Swanda. Thank you very much. Zikomo kwambiri ndinokuthendayi masiphuhu. Thank you. Ngiyabonga. Kube nezibarakanaka. You have a lovely day. God bless. Libe nosuku oluhle. Kube nezibarakanaka. Muzibatha simusazibatha phawuro. Lizibambe kodwa lingazibambe entanyeni. Let's meet on the other time, on the other side. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Off. Ufuna ungena kathesi. Let me just shout a brother of mine, Stephen LIMPOPO for the Royal Entertainment. This guy is the one who is bringing Dr. Tumi in the UK. Sorry to mention this. Anytime you want to advertise anything on this page, feel free. Stephen Mpofu is the one who is bringing Dr. Tumi in the UK. December 5 March 2022. Get here in touch with him. Stephen Mpofu. Rainbow Entertainment. Yes. Stephen Mpofu. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. God bless. I'm repeating myself like a CD. Bye-bye.
The night is gone, and with the morning come rays of hope and lead us on. So we will strive to give our children a brighter day where they belong. Our land, our Zimbabwe.